After back-to-back nights of roller coasters, Chatham has emerged in a tie for a playoff spot. In search of more, the A's host ice-cold Hyannis. Losers of their last 5, the Harbor Hawks, visit under the Thursday night lights on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Veterans Field, high above Diamond Side. With Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley. It's time for the Anglers Extra pregame show ahead of Chatham and Hyannis. In the last 2 roller coasters we mentioned just earlier, the A's ended up splitting 1-1, a loss a few nights ago to Katuitt, and then last night, a wild win, Jake, over Orleans.
Led 6-2 going into the bottom of the 8th, blew that lead in a half-inning span, but then, to Chatham's credit, puts 2 on the board in the top of the 10th, and that's enough to win it.
Dennis Cook was not happy about the way the game ended, but a win's a win's a win. He talks about that on the other side when Jake Klein joins him for the Manager's Show. Plus, we have Catch of the Day with a very special guest, Gavin Jones, the starting pitcher from last night. We'll have lineups and pitching matchup umpires and everything you will need to know before first pitch in just about 20 minutes from Veterans Field, so don't go anywhere. It's Chatham A's Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on TRC.
Chatham Bars Inn is Cape Cod's premier 4-diamond oceanfront resort. With 217 luxurious rooms, guests have access to numerous amenities, including a private beach, complimentary children's programs, 4 award-winning restaurants, a new world-class spa, an outdoor pool, and tennis courts. Year after year, Chatham Bars Inn is recognized as one of the top resorts in the world. Chatham Bars Inn and Cape Cod Baseball. Summer fun for the whole family.
Welcome back on the Anglers Extra pregame show. Chatham getting ready for game 27 of its season, hosting the Hyannis Harbor Hawks for the second time in 2025. And it's time for the Manager's Show. I'm Jake Klein alongside the Chatham skipper, Dennis Cook. Dennis, you win a wild one last night, 8-7 in 10 innings against the Orleans Firebirds. How big was that?
It was big to win it. It was a lot more exciting than it needed to be. Wasn't happy with the way we pitched at all. I thought we walked way too many guys when we were up by 4 runs. So I'd like to see the guys work ahead a little bit more. But we will take the win. It was good to get the win, but not a game that we should look back and be proud of.
What went through your mind when Caden Smith walked the first 3 batters of the bottom of the 8th inning?
Why is he walking people when he just had 2 clean innings? And that's a good question for Caden.
On the other hand, what does it say about your offense that they came back with a couple of runs in the top of the 10th?
They've been swinging the bat great. The only thing I want those guys to start thinking about getting better at is less than 2 outs, man on third base. We're striking out way too much. We got to put the ball in play. I think we did that twice yesterday, and then we did it twice in the night before in extra innings.
What is your extra inning strategy?
I really don't have one. Just depends, if we're home or visitors, and if we're visitors, then how many runs did they score? And if we're home, we want to get get the guy on third base with 1 out.
Chatting with Dennis Cook on the Manager's Show before the A's take on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks at Veterans Field. Dennis, you turned to Gavin Jones last night, and he only allowed 2 runs in his 5 innings. What did you see in his start?
I thought he started out a little bit rough, working behind in the count too much, too many offensive counts for the other team. But he settled in. The last 4 innings, he was really good, or last 3 innings, he was really good. And he competed and he settled in, so that's always a great sign whenever they adjust and start pitching.
You've turned to a couple of relievers in starting roles over the last couple of days. I know you say there are no specific roles on this team, but what have you seen from pitchers who have gotten the chance to ramp up in relief before they get their first start?
Well, I always look at it as we got 3 starters every game. That's kind of the way we pencil it in. So, I don't see any difference in it. So I really can't elaborate on that. I don't see any difference in it. We're going to try to get 3 to 4 innings out of everybody that's on the list.
Is there any difference preparation-wise for a pitcher when they start versus when they come in out of the bullpen?
There shouldn't be, but there is. It's the mentality on it, like I was just talking to Gavin about it. He did way too much stretching. He threw way too much beforehand and before the start just because he's the starter. And, you know, we're at our best when we're probably 13 minutes of throwing. You know, your long toss and then your 6 minutes of long toss and 6 or 7 excuse me, Jake, 6 or 7 minutes on the mound. So 13 minutes and then 2 minutes to sit down and we should be good to go.
Is that what your pregame routine looked like?
Yeah, that's the one I teach. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Chatham and Hyannis coming up in just a couple of moments. I want to ask you about today's starter before we go. Charlie Foster gets the nod. He was real sharp early in the season, hasn't been quite so in his last couple of outings. What were your takeaways from those?
He hasn't been throwing as many strikes, been missing up in the zone, so Jay's worked with him and done some stuff with him in the bullpen, made some adjustments. He had a really good bullpen the other day, so I'm excited to watch him pitch.
When you see a really good bullpen, what are the indicators of that?
Throwing strikes, hitting spots, being able to throw his breaking ball for strikes.
There's Dennis Cook on the Manager's Show before Chatham takes on Hyannis. Dennis, thanks for the time.
Thanks a lot.
Back to Hudson for the rest of the Anglers Extra pregame show.
Thank you very much, Jake. You heard about the pitching warm-up routine for Gavin Jones yesterday, a guy who came in relief a couple times and made his first start just 24 hours ago, where he went 5 innings. We'll talk about that on the other side when we return. It's Catch of the Day up next on the Anglers Extra pregame show.
Anglers Extra. Chatham on TRC. Cape Cod.
Sweet Tomatoes Pizza, located right around the corner from Veterans Field at 790 Main Street in Chatham. Pick up a pie on your way to the game or grab a calzone before first pitch. The dough for their specialty pizza is rolled right before your eyes. Eat in or take out, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and sometimes later. Call 508-348-0200. See their full menu online at sweettomatoescapecod.com. Sweet Tomatoes, a Chatham pregame tradition.
Welcome back into the Anglers Extra pregame show ahead of game 27 of the season. It's time for Catch of the Day before Chatham and Hyannis get underway. Joining me is Gavin Jones, left-handed pitcher from Oklahoma. After making your first start of the Cape League season last night, you went 5 innings pitched, 2-run ball. How did it feel?
It felt good, to get the start, and I haven't started in a while, and just kind of felt good to go out there and, have an extended outing, and, overall did pretty solid.
You've only had 2 starts in your last 26 appearances at this point. Do you find yourself more in that starter role?
I would like to believe so. I've been in the bullpen for quite some time now, and haven't really started consistently since high school, but, I believe that I could, definitely be a starter, but it's kind of just a progression thing, and just, that was my first one in a while, and so hopefully I'll get another chance to go out there and do it again.
What do you think it takes to be a starter?
Honestly, just, consistency. I think going out there and just, showing your coaches what, your coaches are going to know what they're getting out of you every time you go out there. And so just going out there, being consistent, and just, getting your team in the dugout to go hit and, win a ball game. So it's kind of more simple than said done. So, but yeah.
Manager Dennis Cook has spread around a lot of starts in the last couple of days, using arms that maybe were bullpen arms during the season and giving them that chance. Have you liked that approach?
I do like that approach, especially because, you get up here and, you haven't kind of faced batters in a while, so it's good to, kind of ease into it and, kind of get that stability before you go out there and, have to throw 4 or 5 innings. So, yeah.
You're a two-way player as well. You haven't gotten to show it out here yet, but we talked to Dennis Cook yesterday, who considers himself to be a two-way player. He hit a lot in his time in the National League. What do you think helps more about being a pitcher when you're a hitter? Can you tell the sequencing better?
Actually, yeah. I mean, as a hitter, you kind of know what you see well as a hitter, and so as a pitcher, you kind of know not to throw that. And so, but I mean, I'm a lefty, and so I know that when I'm a left-handed hitter, I do not like facing lefties. And so, whenever I'm facing lefties on the mound, I kind of ease up a bit, and I'm like, you know what, I know they're uncomfortable, so it kind of helps me out facing lefties for sure.
Does Dennis talk about his times hitting from back in the day?
Not really. Doesn't really talk about it that much, but especially the pitchers, he kind of talks talks more about the pitching side, but he's kind of talked to me about it a little bit and given me some pointers. So,
how much BP have you taken while you've been here?
I've actually only taken BP once since I've been here, and I did hit a few homers, so I was kind of proud of that.
And they still haven't gotten you in the lineup, huh?
No, I have not been in the lineup, but I did get a little pinch run out there, so maybe that's a little sneak peek into me getting an AV up here.
When the bases were loaded the other night, you came in at third to replace just in case there was a tag. Did you know you would be up the list for pinch runners?
I did not. I was, in the bullpen, just hanging around, and then next thing you know, I see him signaling down that we needed a runner, and so I put my jersey on as fast as I could and headed down here.
What went through your mind in that moment?
That I was going to score. I wanted to score. But, didn't happen, but we ended up, or no, we didn't, but yeah.
Didn't end up working out, but last night ended up working out with the win anyway. A win last night over Orleans, 8-7, where Gavin made the start, and now today, game 27 against Hyannis, chatting with Gavin Jones on the Anglers Extra pregame show. Gavin, you're a community college guy. You went to McLennan and spent some time there. What would you say to guys out there right now who are going through the community college route?
I actually love, junior college. Junior college is a great thing. Out of high school, I didn't think I was, quite ready, to pitch at that level. And so I went a year of junior college. And even though I didn't play much, I, learned a lot from the guys ahead of me. And, it overall helped me out and got me, it's almost like a sneak peek into like Division I baseball. I mean, you're on a bus, eating crappy food. I mean, it's like, it doesn't sound fun at all, but whenever you're with your boys and you're, going through it all together, that's what really, some of my strongest friendships are from junior college, so that's one thing you can definitely get from it.
Do you have a favorite memory from your time there?
Definitely going to the JUCO World Series. That was a blast. I did not play there, but I did get to go and watch, be in the dugout, and, just see how it is there, and, it was a great atmosphere there, and it was in New Mexico, yeah. But, yeah, we went to the JUCO World Series, and winning, actually, I take that back. Actually, winning the Regional 2 go to the JUCO World Series was the funnest because we were in a regional and we had some bad weather that weekend, and we ended up having to play a game at like 2 in the morning. And, like JUCO 2 in the morning game, there's nobody in the stands. And so we come out, I think we were in our locker room just going crazy before we went out there, came out blasting music and ended up I think run rolling that team. So it was just fun overall. So
how does the competition level compare between the two?
I think, me personally, I think the only difference between, a good JUCO and a good D1 is just depth. You're still going to run into arms that are, can definitely compete at the D1 level. But, there's just kind of not as many on one team. But our rival, Weatherford, their ace went to Oklahoma with me, and he ended up being our Saturday guy, and, he shoved. So I think it's just a depth thing, But I think with, everything happening nowadays, I think there's going to be a lot more guys going JUCO, and it's going to really, it's going to really take off.
And now that you're at Oklahoma, how does it feel to make that step up to the level where you didn't think you could pitch out of high school?
It's a blessing. I thank God every day for it, and just kind of seeing it through. I didn't have a good time sitting on the bench. I don't like sitting on the bench, and just for me to get playing time this year and kind of putting my name out there, it was just a blessing in disguise for sure.
Gavin, thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty, back to Jake Klein with the rest of your Anglers Extra pregame show. Jake.
All right, Hudson, it is Chatham and Hyannis coming up in just a couple of moments. We've got lineups, pitching matchup, and first pitch. It's all straight ahead.
Anglers Extra. Chatham on TRC. Cape Cod.
Year after year, Cape Cod League Baseball and Chatham Bars Inn have been synonymous with summer on Cape Cod. The inn has offered clam bakes, beachside barbecues, and oceanfront dining since 1914. The new Beach House restaurant at Chatham Bars Inn is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Visit Chatham Bars Inn at www.chathambarsin.com. Chatham Bars Inn and Cape Cod Baseball. Summer fun for the whole family.
Chatham A's baseball is on the air right now. swings and hits one to left center field. Back goes McFadden. He will not get there. It's a home run. A grand slam for Todd Frazier.
Chugging into second base with an RBI double is Evan Longoria. He is 4 for 4.
Hit on the ground, left side. Will it get through? Off Crawford and into center field. Federovic scores, and Chatham wins it in 11. The game-winning hit from Seager. It's a 5-4 Chatham winner.
And now, with your play-by-play, Jake Klein and Hudson Ridley.
Just minutes away from first pitch under the lights at a foggy Veterans Field. No fog over the field, but it could begin to roll in tonight. Wind and humid conditions as Chatham and Hyannis line up outside their respective dugouts. For the A's today, it's the white pinstripe uniforms, pinstripe tops, pinstripe bottoms with the stripes being blue. Red A fishhook logo on the left side with a blue cap, red bill. On the other side, Hyannis in the burnt orange with the white script across the front, white numbers on the fronts and backs, royal blue caps, and a bright orange Hyannis H with gray pants. Alrighty, it's time for the national anthem. Until then. Alrighty, now we are ready for the national anthem, and we turn it over to the paragon of pronunciation, Dr. Peter Burns.
Singing tonight's national anthem is Charlotte Breck. Please rise for tonight's national anthem. Charlotte Breck is 12 years old from Westfield, Mass. She started performing at 8. She performed God Bless America while her sister Catherine performed the national anthem for the Valley Blue Sox. Since then, Charlotte has performed regularly for many organizations in the region, including the Springfield Thunderbirds, Worcester Red Sox, Worcester Railers, Connecticut Sun, Hartford Yard Goats, and many collegiate and professional sports organizations. With tonight's national anthem, Charlotte Breck.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Charlotte Breck.
Alrighty, so with the national anthem done and just minutes from first pitch, we won't keep you any longer. It's time for your lineups presented by Chatham Clothing Bar. Jake?
For the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, 10-13-3 under second-year skipper Mitch Carricker. Jake Schaffner, the shortstop from North Dakota State, transferring to North Carolina, leads it off. Jace Doby, the left fielder from Nevada, hits second. Ryan McKay, the second baseman from Michigan State, is in the 3-hole. Dayton LaChance cleans up. He's the designated hitter from McLennan Community College, transferring to Oklahoma. Miles Davis of State College of Florida is the third baseman in the 5-hole. Devin Mitchell, the right fielder from NC State, bats 6th. And the bottom third of the Harbor Hawk order is Matthew Chattel, the Rutgers catcher, Owen Prince, the center fielder from Virginia Military Institute, and Ray Velasquez, the first baseman from Austin Peay. For the Chatham A's, 11-12-3, they've entered a tie for 4th place in the East Division. And here's first-year manager Dennis Cook's lineup. Ashton Larson, the right fielder from LSU, headed to Texas next season. He leads off. Daniel Jackson is the left fielder from Georgia in the 2-hole. Jackson Freeman, the center fielder from Northwestern, bats third. Reed Stallman, the first baseman from Mississippi State, cleans up. Roman Martin, the third baseman out of UCLA, hits fifth. Chase Fralick is the DH from Auburn in the 6-hole. Isaiah Lane, the shortstop from San Diego, bats seventh. Gavin Gallagher, the UNC second baseman, eighth. And Cade Arambidi, the LSU catcher, bats ninth. Hudson, you've got the pitching matchup presented by the Red Nun Bar and Grill.
Sure do, Jake. For the A's, it's the left-hander Charlie Foster who gets the start. He makes his first start on the Cape League season. 6'3", 190 pounds from Mississippi State. Holds an ERA of 6.59 through 13 2/3 innings pitched. 9 walks to a team-high 18 strikeouts for the lefty. On the other side, it's Tsubasa Tommy, just 5'7", 170 pounds, the right-hander who goes to the University of Hawaii. He makes his third start today with a 4.09 ERA through 11 innings pitched. 6 walks and 12 strikeouts for the right-hander, and he has an extensive mix of 7 pitches. Foster tugging at the jersey as he warms up, just ahead of Chatham and Hyannis. Umpires today, presented by Chatham Paint and Hardware. It's Joe LaBella calling balls and strikes. Brian DiDomenico down the first baseline, and Mickey Garcia down the third baseline. The consistent umpire, it feels like, for Chatham.
And
Foster.
He had his signature sprint all the way to the foul pole when he's on the bases.
One of the most fun umpires to deal with in this league. Constantly conversational. He also likes to fire the ball back to the mound when he's the home plate umpire. Won't get any of that tonight. Foster continues his warm-up pitches. Again, he faces Jake Schaffner, Jace Doby, and Ryan McKay, the 3 to lead it off against the left-hander. He has had his ups and downs this season. Started very strong in his first appearance, and since then, the other 4 have been a rocky road. Now, making his first start today, he follows what has been a pattern for Dennis Cook. Have guys at the beginning of the season with low innings that start as relievers, and now are working their way into starter roles. We saw it last night with Gavin Jones.
And if you ask Dennis Cook, he'll tell you, well, that's out of necessity. We've got nobody else to start. But if you ask these guys, including your conversation with Gavin Jones earlier today, they say they like it. Gives them an opportunity to ramp up, get accustomed to throwing again after layoffs after the college season before they get into making their first start. That's the case for Foster tonight.
A lot of these guys do want to be starters, and they come to Chatham with low innings pitched. And so when they make their way to the A's, they finally get to experience what it's like to be a starter, and Charlie Foster gets that tonight. Jake Schaffner, the shortstop from North Carolina, makes the slow walk to the left-handed batter's box. The burnt orange jerseys today for Hyannis with the white script across the front. Different from the caps that the Harbor Hawks wear. Stands in from the left side to face the lefty Foster. Foster winds and deals. First pitch fastball swung on and missed off the mask of Arambidi, and it rolls to the backstop, 0-1. First pitch at 7:03, 3 minutes past scheduled start time. It is 77 degrees and cloudy at Veterans Field. 0-1 to Schaffner. Here it is. Fastball upstairs, 1-1 from Charlie Foster.
What an odd weather day it's been in Chatham. This morning it was perfectly sunny and raining at the same time.
Sun showers earlier, even a little bit of fog. Here's the 1-1. Fastball hit on the ground right side and foul. 1-2 on the left-handed hitting Schaffner. And sometimes you feel like you can tell whether it'll be a foggy night or not based on the fog early in the day. Tonight we could be in store for some, but right now clear on the diamond. 1-2 to the leadoff man. Fastball hit in the air, shallow center field. Freeman races on, Lane comes out, and Freeman makes the grab. Rather, Lane. The two converged, neither called each other off. And as the gloves collided, Freeman was the one who ended up with the ball in center field. It was nearly disastrous for Chatham, but Isaiah Lane makes the long run out from the shortstop spot, and there's one gone in the top of the first. You heard from Lane at short. Now for your defensive alignment from Short and Sweet Ice Cream. First, the outfield. Daniel Jackson in left, Jackson Freeman in center, and Ashton Larson in right. First pitch to Jace Doby. Ball below the zone, 1-0. Around the diamond from third to first, it's Roman Martin at third, Isaiah Lane at short, Gavin Gallagher at second, and Reed Stallman at first. 1-0. Sprayed foul right side. 1-1 on Doby. Cade Arambidi, the catcher from LSU, does the catching for Charlie Foster. Doby, the left fielder from Nevada, crouches down in his stance. Here's the 1-1. Fastball inside, brushes him off the plate. It's 2-1. He gets low down and twists that front left knee. Shrinks the strike zone, makes it harder to hit for the lefty Foster. His 1-2 pitch, breaking ball outside, 2-2. Foster in his first start today. His 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, fouled off at the plate. It trickles out to the grass cutout in front of home plate. Arambidi scoops it up and hands it to home plate umpire Joe LaBella. Remains 2-2 at the dish to Jace Doby. Right foot at the very back of the box. Here's the 2-2. Fastball popped up, shallow left field. Jackson races in. He calls off Lane, has to sprint further, and he makes the grab in shallow left center field. 2 gone on 2 precarious pop-ups. The American flag in center has wrapped itself around the pole, but the bit that is pushing outwards is blowing from left to right. The wind today could be an issue as the trees in left center rustle along with that flag. 2 up, 2 down for Ryan McKay from the left side. First pitch, breaking ball downstairs. He takes, and it's ball 1. Martin, the third baseman, even with the bag. Middle infield with their heels on the grass. Here's the 1-0. Fastball hit on the ground left side. Martin fields at third. Spin move and fire to first. Got him. Roman Martin makes the simple play look a little bit fancy as Charlie Foster gets through his first inning of work. 3 up, 3 down. A fly out, a pop up, and a ground ball. And that's all it takes to get out of the top of the first. Anglers and Harbor Hawks battling for playoff position. Both teams on the outside looking in could really use a win under the Thursday night lights. It's Chatham up to bat next. Larson, Jackson, and Freeman. When we return, it's Chatham A's baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on TRC.
Been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed, or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
It's the home half of the first on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Scoreless from Veterans Field with Jake Klein. I'm Hudson Ridley. Tsubasa Tommy, the right-hander, makes his way on for his third start of the season. 5'7", 170 pounds from University of Hawaii. He faces the left-handed hitting Ashton Larson to lead it off. He'll be followed by Daniel Jackson and Jackson Freeman. Right on left for the first pitch. Here it is. Fastball upstairs, 1-0. It is a 7-pitch mix for Tommy. 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, cut fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, and splitter. His 1-0 pitch. Fastball up above the zone. It's 2-0. He worked a 1-2-3 inning against Chatham, the only time he faced the A's. That was nearly a month ago. Here's the 2-0. Fastball hit in the air, shallow center field. Owen Prince comes on from center. He's called off by the shortstop Schaffner, who makes the grab for out number 1. So Jake Schaffner makes the grab. He's at short. Here's the rest of your defensive alignment, presented by Short and Sweet Ice Cream. Jace Doby makes the start in left with Owen Prince in center and Devin Mitchell in right. Miles Davis at third with Jake Schaffner at short. Ryan McKay at second base and Ray Velasquez at first, with Matthew Chattel catching Tsubasa Tommy. First pitch righty-righty with Daniel Jackson. Here it is. Fastball called, strike. 0-1. That fastball from the right-hander only in the mid-80s. But it's his pitch mix and different variations of speeds to as low as 70, which get hitters. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, popped up, shallow, rather deep to right field. Wind keeps carrying it back near the track, and the catch made in front of the track by Devin Mitchell by about a few feet. 2 up, 2 down for Tommy. That gives way for Jackson Freeman. Already tasked to make a play in the top of the first. He was called off by Isaiah Lane on a play where those two nearly collided in shallow center field. He bats with 2 gone and nobody on. Scoreless game in the bottom of the first. Righty on lefty. The pitch. Breaking ball. Up and away. Ball 1. 76 miles an hour from Tommy. Former Little League World Series champ with Japan back in 2017. His 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. That was the splitter from Tommy. 3,123 rotations per minute. Disgusting. 1-1 pitch. Fastball taken on the inside, called strike on the inner edge. Jackson Freeman backed off as if that was inside on him.
Talked about that 3,100 RPM spin rate. Major league average for that pitch is right around 2,400.
Tommy's 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball cut on and missed, strike 3. 3,100 rotations per minute. And the stats nerds are salivating over Tsubasa Tommy as he goes 1-2-3 and K's Freeman to end the bottom of the first. Still scoreless from Veterans Field as the first 6 batters have all been taken care of. Top of the second coming at you in just a moment. Deaton LaChance leads it off against Charlie Foster for his second inning in his first start. Don't go anywhere. It's the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
Dream it. If you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Hi, this is Jake Hanley from Indiana University. You're listening to Chatham A's Baseball with Jake Klein and Hudson Ridley on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Top of the second coming at you on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Scoreless between Chatham and Hyannis at Veterans Field. With Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley. Charlie Foster went 1-2-3 through his first inning with a fly out, a pop-up, and a ground out. He now faces the designated hitter Deaton LaChance to begin the top of the second. He's followed by Miles Davis and Devin Mitchell, 4, 5, and 6 of the Harbor Hawk order. Lefty on righty, the first pitch. Fastball off the plate, 1-0. LaChance from McLennan Community College. The 1-0. Fastball hit in the air down the left field line and tails foul. He smoked the heater. And if he could have kept it between the foul poles, that likely would have been out of here. Instead, it just makes it a 1-1 count. He stands very tall in the right-handed box. 6'4". Breaking ball, cut on and missed. 1-2. The curveball from Foster down and in had LaChance all twisted up. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back curveballs from Foster. He slows it down to 76 on the gun, and he's got his first strikeout today. One down in the top of the second. Base paths empty in a scoreless game at Veterans Field between Chatham and Hyannis. Miles Davis, the third baseman, stands in from the right side. First pitch from Foster, fastball sprayed foul. Off to the right side, it's 0-1. Davis from the State College of Florida. A few interesting schools in the starting lineup today for Hyannis, that being one of them. Here's the 0-1, fastball, down and away. Rather, the breaking ball from Foster, it's 1-1. You also have VMI, Virginia Military Institute, for the eight-hole hitter. 1-1. Downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. That 8-hole hitter is Owen Prince. Foster tugs at the jersey, stands flat-footed on the mound. His 2-1 pitch, fastball down and in. 3-1, a friendly count to Miles Davis. Foster quickly, 3-1 pitch. Fastball hit in the air, deep to right center field. Freeman races over from center and makes the catch in the right center field gap. That's out number 2. Freeman has been asked to cover a lot of ground since taking over for Henry Ford in center field. And he's done a fantastic job so far. Made all of his starts in right previous to that. And has shown his worth in center. Devin Mitchell stands in from the right side. 2 gone and nobody on. First pitch from Foster. Fastball up and out. A ball and no strikes. Mitchell, the right fielder from NC State. As Foster steps off. Looks like he squabbled a bit on the signs with Aaron Beatty. Now walks back up the hill. He's got 6 to toss, and he does. Fastball down and in. Quickly 2-0. Foster does not like to use a lot of the pitch clock. His 2-0. Sprayed right side. It tails foul. He's one of the young pitchers that have started to grow up in an era where the pitch clock has become more common since it was instituted. 2-1. Breaking ball downstairs. 3-1. Back-to-back 3-1 counts for Foster against Harbor Hawk hitters. He kicks and deals. Inside, ball 4. It's the first base runner today for either side on a 5-pitch walk to Devin Mitchell. It comes with 2 outs in the top of the first and puts a runner on base in front of the catcher, Matthew Chattel. Digs in from the right side with his cherry red Rutgers batting helmet on. Foster comes set at the belt, eyes looking at the runner Mitchell at first. His first pitch, breaking ball downstairs. No offer from Chattel. It's 1-0. Wind has changed directions. It's begun to blow in. Pickoff move to first, nearly gets away from Stallman. He has to range over to his right to grab it. It was not in time. Devin Mitchell slid back in safely and retakes his lead at first. He's held on by Reed Stallman. Here's the 1-0. Fastball hit in the air, shallow on the infield. Gallagher races on and he grabs it. A dying Quail pop-up stays on the infield grass, and Gallagher charged it quickly at second to make a routine play and end the top of the second. No runs for the Harbor Hawks on no hits, no errors, and one runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the second, where it's the middle of the order. Reed Stallman, Roman Martin, and Chase Fralick, 4, 5, and 6 for the A's when we return. It's Chatham A's baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
Offering 0% for 60 months on CAT's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Welcome back to Veterans Field for the home half of the second inning. Scoreless between Chatham and Hyannis. With Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley. Reed Stallman leads it off for the A's. After him, it's Roman Martin and Chase Fralick. The lefty Stallman faces Tsubasa Tommy for his second inning. He went 1-2-3 with a strikeout in the first. Stallman stands in, ticks the bat off his left shoulder. First pitch from Tommy. Fastball, called strike. It's the bottom edge of the zone on Stallman. Tommy often mixes up the timing. Sometimes he lifts the leg and holds it high. Sometimes he doesn't. All part of the rhythm for the right-hander. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball skips in the dirt. Off the catcher's gear of Chattel, who scoops it up. It's 1-1 on Stallman. That time, Tommy lifted the leg as well. His defense behind him, playing straight up. Shaded, well, a little bit, just to the right. First baseman Ray Velasquez is closer to the line than the third baseman Miles Davis against the left-handed hitter. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball downstairs. Just below the zone. Chattel with a solid job to try to frame it back in. Stallman not fooled. He's had a great debut for the A's. His first 3 games had a hit, but last night went 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. Here's the 2-1. Fastball cut on and missed. 2-2. Tommy stands flat-footed on the first base side of the rubber. Sets the glove at the belt. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball hit in the air, right side and foul. Tails out into a tree that sits just off to the side of right field. Not many people seeking cover from that tree today. There is no sun right now in the sky, completely gray and cloudy, but no fog at Veterans Field. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, cut on and missed. Strike 3. The curveball from Tommy. He struck out back-to-back hitters on the same pitch. Freeman and Stallman both set down on Ks. Stallman, the first out of the bottom of the second. So with one gone and nobody on, Roman Martin stands in from the right side. Drilled his first home run of the Cape League season last night. A trip to Orleans where he hit it opposite field, out into right center. Righty on righty, Tommy's first pitch. Fastball, called strike. Clips the bottom outside corner. Of his 7-pitch mix, Mitch Carricker, the Hyannis manager, says that it's the slider that he dubs his put-away pitch. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, ducks down and away. 1-1 on Martin. Third baseman from UCLA. Says his most comfortable position is shortstop, but he's been tasked at third since arriving 2 weeks ago. Hasn't played a game at short yet. 1-1. Breaking ball, low and away again. Tommy likes to nibble around the edges. Chatham has had plenty of swings and misses. He's working with back-to-back strikeouts right now, and a 2-1 count to Martin. Nobody on and a runner gone, scoreless between Chatham and Hyannis. 2-1. Fastball upstairs. A friendly 3-1 count on Roman Martin. Eleven batters in and still no hits for either side. The 5'7" Tommy winds and deals the 3-1. Fastball, called strike. Bottom half of the zone on Martin. He's one of those pitchers where it's beautiful to watch, but also frustrating at the same time. So many options to go to. What will he decide on the payoff? Here it is. Fastball, called strike 3. Martin launched the bat back at the third base side dugout of the A's, thinking that that was ball 4. But instead, Joe LaBella rings him up on a fastball at the very top edge of the zone. It's 2 up, 2 down for Tommy, and it's 3 straight Ks for the right-hander. Fralick in on the left side. First pitch to the designated hitter. Fastball hit on the ground right side. Gloved by McKay at second. Jump throw to first. Got him. First pitch swinging for Chase Fralick. It is 6 up, 6 down for Tommy, as it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We make our way to the top of the third. Still scoreless between both sides. Only 1 base runner through the first 2 innings of work.
Chatham A's on the air.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. Safe. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Get a shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park, but meantime. Sound of the river, you stop and you hold everything. A band is blowing Dixie, double fall time. You feel alright when you hear the music ring.
Welcome back to Veterans Field. It's a scoreless game between Chatham and Hyannis as we make our way into the top of the third. Charlie Foster on for his third inning. The starter has allowed one base runner, just a walk to Devin Mitchell back in the second. He faces the left-handed hitting Owen Prince. First pitch, fastball called strike, 0-1. It's Prince, then Ray Velasquez and Jake Schaffner. 8-9-1 for Hyannis. 0-1, fastball, hit left side and down. It's a base hit. Chugging for second base. There goes Prince. The throw in, not in time. Prince on a slide beats it by a step, and it's a leadoff double for the Harbor Hawks. Late on the fastball, center cut from Foster. 90 miles an hour. But he manages to knock it down the left field line in a tough position for Daniel Jackson to race onto. Runner in scoring position, the first of the day for either side, and it's the 9-hole hitter Ray Velasquez from the right side. The lefty Foster's first pitch. Here it is. Fastball downstairs, 1-0. Checks the runner. Here's the 1-0. First, he steps off and fires back to second base. Prince is back in standing. No real threat there. Foster just with a warning. Now the 1-0. Fastball fouled back to the screen. 0-1 on Velasquez. The strikeouts have been there this season for Foster. 19 so far through his first 15 innings of work. Here's his 0-1. Breaking ball, hit left side and foul. Velasquez hit it on a rope, turned on the curveball from Foster, and laced it down the left field line, but it just tailed foul. 1-2 on Velasquez. Nobody gone and a runner on second after the leadoff double from Prince. Scoreless game, top three. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit back to the screen. Remains 1-2 on Velasquez. He gets the start at first today. Right-handed hitter from Austin P. State. Many people often forget that state at the end of Austin P. One-two pitch. Fastball fouled back again. Slams off the padding on the brick backstop. And a young fan who was walking by with a soft drink in his hand nearly dropped it. He was so frightened. It'll be another 1-2 to Velasquez. Gallagher creeps towards the bag at second. Foster steps off and lollipops towards it. 1-2. He was ready to come home and then heard the shouts from others that he should toss back to the base. The A's infield playing Velasquez to pull. Lane deep in the hole at short. The 1-2. Breaking ball called, strike three. Charlie Foster dots the outer half on a breaking ball and retires Velasquez. It's his second strikeout today. That's the first out in the top of the third. Turns the lineup over for Jake Schaffner. He's the first batter to hit twice today. Foster comes set at the belt. Martin even with the bag at third. First pitch, breaking ball well high. Aaron Beatty extends the left arm full way to get to the curveball as it just slips out of the hand of Foster. It's 1-0 on Schaffner. Fly to ball to shallow center field his first time up. Was caught by Lane, who came out from short. Check on second base. Lane runs over. No real chance to get Prince, who chopped his feet back in quickly to the bag. 1-0 on Schaffner, 1 gone and a runner on second. Scoreless in the top of the third. Here's the pitch. Fastball drills him. 89 square in the back. And Schaffner wears it as he sprints down to first base. Not an easy place to wear a fastball. He could tell it was going to hit him either way, so he turned his back, and it drilled him. And now Jay Powell, the Chatham pitching coach, makes his way out of the dugout to have a word with Foster.
Dennis Cook talked earlier about the importance for Foster of throwing strikes. That's been the biggest bugaboo against him in these last few starts where he's struggled. Not only has he missed the zone at times, but he's missed spots, left balls high in the zone that have been hit. He's done both in this inning.
Dennis Cook's #1 thing is throwing strikes. He was disappointed last night with how the team pitched because of how many spots they missed, how many walks they issued in certain spots. Jake caught up with him before the game on the Manager Show, which you can find on our Twitter at Chatham Anglers on Twitter. Jay Powell leaves the mound, as the rest of the infield does as well. Powell brought them into conference with the left-hander Foster, as they slowly walk back to their positions in front of the right-handed hitting Jace Doby. Doby checks his bright green bat towards the mound and stands in. Left on right. The first pitch from Foster. Fastball. Called strike on the outer half. Gets the very upper outside corner on the right-handed hitter. It's 0-1. Runners on first and second with 1 gone. Middle infield at double play depth. The 0-1 from Foster. Fastball. Called strike on the outer half. Back pick to second. It gets away and out into center field. Freeman scoops it up. He throws to second. The tag applied. Not in time. Just behind. Aaron Beatty surprised everybody when he popped up and fired to second base. He tried to backpick the runner Prince, who was standing feet off the bag, and nobody was there to field the throw. It went into shallow center field. Freeman charged. He originally motioned to throw to third, but when he saw the runner Schaffner advancing, he tossed there, and the tag was just milliseconds late. So it's 2 in scoring position with 1 gone and an 0-2 count. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Strike 3. The third strikeout for Foster, and that becomes a big one with the runners in scoring position advancing. Now all he has to do is focus on Ryan McKay, Michigan State second baseman, who stands in from the left side. It's Prince on third, Schaffner on second. Foster peers in for the signs. He jostles the ball in his left hand. Now he puts it in his glove. His first pitch, fastball, called strike. Gets the very outer edge on McKay. Wind is whipping. American flag in dead center field, blowing from left to right vigorously. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, hit on the ground right side and foul. Chopped just past the Harbor Hawks dugout on the first base side. It's 0-2, and Foster is a strike away from escaping the jam. Dennis Cook and Jay Powell standing on the top step of the dugout, watching on intently, barking instructions at Foster. He comes set at his chest. It's an 0-2 to McKay. Here it is. Fastball, hit in the air, left side, gloved by Lane. He leaps up and makes the grab, and Veterans Field stands up in applause. What a play from Isaiah Lane at short. The A's escape a jam. It's no runs for the Harbor Hawks on 1 hit, no errors, and the 2 runners left on base for Chatham. We make our way to the bottom of the 3rd, still scoreless from Veterans Field. Back in just a moment on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham A's on the air.
The Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery, welcome to the state of winning.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Bottom 3 on the Cape Cod Baseball Network from a gloomy Veterans Field. Game 27 of the season between Chatham and Hyannis, and it's knotted at 0. Isaiah Lane, the right-handed hitting shortstop from San Diego, makes his way into the box. He faces Tsubasa Tommy to begin the inning. He's followed by Gallagher and Aaron Beatty, 7, 8, and 9. Tommy tucks the ball in his glove, raises the leg high, and deals. Fastball below the zone, 1-0. Lane ended the top of the 3rd with a outstretched grab on a ball that was over his head, and he had to snag it to save runs. There were runners on 2nd and 3rd. Here's the 1-0 from Tommy. Breaking ball down and away. 2-0 on Lane. He has had some miraculous defensive plays. Last night, had a web jam on a ball hit up the middle. He contorted his body and fired to first. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball downstairs. Lane won't offer. It's 3-0. And he can put on the red light. Tommy's fastball only tops out at 85. Here's the 3-0. It's a fastball called strike. 84 miles an hour down the middle on Lane. 3-1. Lays the bat flat on the plate. Toes on the edge of the right-handed box. Here's the 3-1. Fastball drilled dead to center field. Prince takes 2 steps back and makes the grab. Lane hit it on a line directly to center field, but directly at center fielder Owen Prince. He only had to make 2 steps. That's the first batter dealt with by Tommy in the bottom of the 3rd. Brings up Gavin Gallagher, the 8-hole hitter. Last night collected 2 hits. First pitch, called strike. 1 gone, nobody on. Bottom of the 3rd, a scoreless ball game between Chatham and Hyannis. Tommy peers in. Here's his 0-1. Breaking ball, low and away. Just his 3rd start of the season. Came in mostly in relief to begin the year, but he's become a reliable starter now for the Harbor Hawks. 1-1. Fastball skips in the dirt and away from the catcher Chattel. It rolls to the brick backstop, and there's a ball boy race. Hyannis wins it. The Harbor Hawks are 2 for 2 on ball boy races today. But Chatham has had the disadvantage. Both balls went towards the Hyannis side. The A's need to get on the board in that category. Still scoreless between both teams. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball upstairs. It's 3-1 on Gallagher. Jake, I gotta say, one of my favorite things is the ball boy race each game. This one is more competitive than I've seen in a long time.
Well, the Hyannis ball boys are substantially younger.
They're lighter on their feet. They're quicker. This is going to be a tough one. Here's the 3-1. Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 4. The A's have their first base runner of the day. It's a 1-out walk to Gavin Gallagher, as he makes the slow walk down to first base. Gray skies at Veterans Field, the lights beaming bright as bubbles from the grandstands start to float their way onto the field. It's Cade Arambidi from the right-handed box. The 9-hole hitter for the A's bats with 1 gone and a runner on first. First pitch from Tommy. He fires downstairs. Ball 1. It's the first time he's had to pitch out of the stretch today. It eliminates his long leg kick. His motion short and quick. 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-1. That was the splitter from Tommy. And even though it only clocks at 81 miles an hour, it looks like a missile. 1-1 to Arambidi. Breaking ball. Called strike on the inner half. 1-2. Second baseman McKay closer towards the bag. Schaffner, the shortstop, in his normal positioning. Tommy steps off. He readjusts the uniform. Jake, it's a burnt orange for Hyannis, which does not match the bright orange on their caps. It's a strange choice.
And navy blue on the jerseys, but royal blue caps.
Looks like someone didn't order hats. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Hyannis, of course, originated as the Mets. So even into the Harbor Hawks era, beginning in 2009, they've always been kind of the New York Mets bright orange, royal blue.
Now starting to break away from the Mets a little bit with these color choices today. 2-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Splitter low and away on Arambidi, and he can't help but swing. It's strikeout number 4 for Tommy. And that sets 2 down in the bottom of the 3rd. Lineup turns over for Ashton Larson. Back to that point, the A's, of course, the former Athletics. The only team that got to keep its name and not pay anything to Major League Baseball, the Mariners. First pitch fastball, low and away, ball 1. And that is because the Mariners of Harwich predate the Seattle Mariners. So getting the naming rights first, pretty important. Here's the 1-0. Fastball upstairs. 2-0 on Ashton Larson.
Harwich should have made Seattle pay for the name.
Certainly. That'd be much more beneficial. Just like some of the teams in the Cape League who have to pay for their naming rights still. The Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox, the Bourne Braves. Some of those teams that named themselves after Major League franchises and had to change. The Anglers, though, a perfect fit. Here's the 2-0. Fastball downstairs, gets away from the catcher, but it knocks off the foot of Labella and right back into the hand of Chattel, so it holds the runner at first base. Gallagher thought about it, but that right foot of Joe Labella saves a runner in scoring position. The pitch was a ball, so it's still a 3-0 count on Ashton Larson. Pitch from Tommy. Fastball hit on the ground right side, foul. Larson was ready to go. You could see him twitching the bat, ready to turn on what would likely be a slow fastball from Tommy. That's the situation you can get yourself into sometimes when your fastball only tops out at 85 and you have to challenge the hitter. 3-1 count, runner on first and 2 gone. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. Pitch is hit in the air. Shallow left field. Doby races on, gets under it, and makes the grab for the 3rd out. So the A's finally get a base runner. It was a walk from Gavin Gallagher with 1 gone, but then a strikeout and a flyout end the frame. No runs on no hits, no errors, and the 1 runner left on base for Chatham. When we return, it's the top of the 4th on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Scoreless between Chatham and Hyannis. Charlie Foster retakes the mound in just a moment. He stands ready to take his warm-up pitches as the infield joins him, and we're almost ready to go. Don't go anywhere. It's plenty more Chatham A's baseball when we return. You're listening to it right now on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on TRC.
Top of the 4th on the Cape Cod Baseball Network, and Jake Klein has you with your middle innings.
All right, Hudson, we start the top of the 4th at Veterans Field. Still scoreless between Chatham and Hyannis. Charlie Foster, the A's lefty, comes back out. His first pitch to Dayton LaChance. Fouled off. Hits it on the ground. On the 3rd base side, it rolls past Mitch Carricker, the Hyannis manager coaching 3rd. And down toward the left field Chatham bullpen. It broke the bat of the right-handed hitter LaChance. He jogs back to the 3rd base side dugout, grabs a new piece of lumber, and steps back in. 0-1, swing and a miss. Foster pulls the string with a changeup. LaChance cuts over it, 0-2. Lefty winds up. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Foster K's Dayton LaChance for the 2nd time today. It's the lefty's 4th strikeout overall, and there is 1 gone in the top of the 4th. Pitched backwards in that at bat. Breaking ball, changeup, and then goes to the fastball with 2 strikes to get the swing and miss. Here's Miles Davis. First pitch, hit on the ground, left side towards short. Lane boots it. It skips up off the heel of his glove and bounces 5 feet to his right. It's an E6, a rare one for Isaiah Lane. And Davis reaches with 1 out.
It's strange because that's just his 3rd error of the year, and he's been the everyday shortstop for the A's. The stranger part is the only other 2 errors came in the same game.
He has played all but 2 games for Chatham as the starting shortstop. First pitch to Mitchell outside, 1-0. And one of the games he didn't start in, he came in at shortstop 5 innings in.
They missed his defense so badly.
That's what Dennis Cook said. 1-0 to Mitchell. In the dirt, 2-0. Foster escaped runners on 2nd and 3rd with 2 out situation thanks to Lane's defense earlier in this game. Shortstop made a leaping grab that ended the top of the second and stranded two in scoring position. Now a runner on first with one out, the 2-0. Outside, 3-0. 3 straight balls from Foster since the runner reached. Now he retakes the mound. Comes to a set. Looks at the runner at first. 3-0. Upstairs, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk drawn by Devin Mitchell. Davis moves up to second, and Hyannis has traffic again. 2 on with 1 out, scoreless in the top of the 4th. Right-handed hitting Matthew Chattel steps in. The catcher from Rutgers with his scarlet helmet. First pitch, up and away. 5 straight balls from Foster out of the stretch. Dennis Cook talked earlier about Foster's tendency to miss up in the zone. A lot of his misses today have been high. 1-0. Breaking ball, this one low. Blocked in the dirt by Aaron Beatty. 2 balls, no strikes. And that's 6 straight balls from Foster. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Chatham nothing, Hyannis nothing in the top of the 4th. 2-0 pitch to Chattel. Here it is. Outside, ball 3. Jay Powell, the A's pitching coach, on the top step of the dugout, glances down toward the left field bullpen. Nobody throwing there. 3-0 to Chattel. Here it is. Fastball called a strike, outside corner. He snaps a streak of 7 straight pitches out of the zone, and the count goes to 3-1. A's defense is straight up. The 3-1. Fastball clips the low inside corner. Another called strike. Foster battles back and works the count full. Runners take their leads off of first and second with 1 out. The 3-2, they go. Fastball is popped foul. In the air, first base side and out of play. Just over the snack shack, green wooden building on the opposite side of the protective netting from Hyannis's first base side dugout. The runners are forced to retreat. And Chatham lucky they are, because Miles Davis had a great jump from second. Another 3-2. Here it comes. They stay. Pitches a fastball, served into shallow right. Larson scampers in, rests under it, makes the catch, and the runners stay put as the throw comes into short. Foster battles back from down 3-0 and induces a Matthew Chattel flyout for the second out. Runners stay at first and second. And now with 2 out, Owen Prince steps into the left-handed box. Before the first pitch from Foster, home plate umpire Joe Labella wipes off home plate with his brush. Tucks it in his right pocket, takes his position behind the mound. Foster comes set, left on left. First pitch to Prince. Breaking ball just downstairs. Barely missed the knees of the left-handed hitter. 1-0. Prince hit a double last time up on an opposite field line drive to left. 1-0. Breaking ball downstairs. Aaron Beatty shuffles to his right behind the plate to block it. Again, Foster falls behind 2-0. He has thrown 61 pitches in 3 2/3 innings. Trying to get to 4 scoreless. First and second, 2 out. The 2-0. Fastball called a strike, top of the zone, right at the white Hyannis script on the burnt orange jersey of the lefty. Foster sets again. The pitch. Just inside. Joe Labella indicates that by twisting his head toward the Hyannis dugout on the first base side. And the count goes to 3-1. First and second, 2 out. Scoreless top 4. The 3-1. Lined up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Davis gets the windmill. The throw in from Freeman is cut off by Stallman. Davis scores standing. Hyannis draws first blood on the RBI single from Owen Prince. 1-0 the Harbor Hawk lead in the top of the 4th.
And the throw could have been late, but it was plenty accurate. So the cutoff from Stallman, I mean, it was still questionable whether or not he would beat that throw.
Mitchell up to second, Prince aboard first with 2 out. First pitch to the right-handed hitting Ray Velasquez, the 9-hole hitter. In the dirt, skips off of the side of Arambidi. It bounces to the backstop, and the runners advance to second and third on the wild pitch. That run allowed on the RBI single by Prince, his second hit of the game, is unearned against Foster because of the no-out error at short by Isaiah Lane. Second and third, 2 out, 1-0. Called a strike inside corner, 89 miles an hour on the fastball. It's 1-1. Both Hyannis hits tonight belong to Prince. 1-1. Inside. Backs the right-handed hitter off the plate. It's 2 balls and a strike on Velasquez. He was an everyday middle-of-the-order hitter early in the season. Of late has dropped down today in the 9-hole. 2-1. Fastball just off the plate inside. 3-1. Hyannis 1, Chatham 0. The lone Harbor Hawk run has come in this half inning. Runners on second and third with 2 out. 3-1. The pitch, down and in, ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by Charlie Foster. Now the bases are loaded for Hyannis with 2 out. Velasquez jogs up to first. Mitchell stays on third and Prince on second. And as the leadoff hitter, Jake Schaffner steps to the plate. The Chatham catcher, Cade Arambidi, walks out to the mound to talk with Foster. The left-hander's next pitch will be his 70th of the night. And now Cam Johnson, the Oklahoma left-hander, is up in the Chatham bullpen. Mound visit over. Arambidi walks behind the plate. 1-0 Hyannis in the bottom of the 4th, and the Harbor Hawks are threatening for more. Runners on all 3 bases with 2 out. First pitch to Schaffner. Breaking ball called a strike outside corner. 0-1. Foster winds up. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. It is night and day with Foster in the windup versus the stretch. Winds up again, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Just upstairs with the breaking ball, 1-2.
And that's not just today. That's kind of been a constant thing this season for Foster, the windup versus the stretch. Very different results.
Steps back off the mound and deals. Fastball clubbed deep out to right. Larson sprints back in front of the track. It is out of here. Grand slam. Jake Schaffner spreads his arms as he turns first. His grand slam blows the game wide open. 5-0 Hyannis in the top of the 4th. It just barely snuck over the wall in right center near the 357 sign. But Hyannis, losers of 5 straight, has a 5-run lead. First pitch to the right-handed hitter, grounded back to the mound. Foster Fields flips and throws out Doby for the final out. But not before the Harbor Hawks score 5 runs. It comes on just 2 hits, 1 key error, and nobody left on base. Suddenly, this one has gotten out of hand. Hyannis is ahead 5-0, and the A's, hitless through 3, have a hole to climb out of. Tsubasa Tommy returns to the mound. When we come back, it's Hyannis 5 and Chatham 0 from Veterans Field on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
Zero chance that you'll want to miss our 0% for 72 months offer. For a limited time, CAD is offering 0% on the purchase of many new small excavators. That's 0% for better performance, 0% for next generation features.
Great machine. It's quite impressive.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cap before there's 0 time left.
Back at Veterans Field, in the blink of an eye, it's 5-0 Hyannis over Chatham after the RBI single by Owen Prince and the grand slam from Jake Schaffner in the top of the 4th. And now in the bottom of the 4th, Daniel Jackson leads off against the Hyannis right-hander Tsubasa Tommy. The windup and the first pitch to the right-handed hitter. Outside with the breaking ball, 1-0. Jackson, Freeman, Stallman due up in the home half of the 4th for the A's. A right-hander and 2 lefties against the right-handed starter Tommy. 1-0 to Jackson. Fastball catches the low inside corner. A ball and a strike on the right-handed hitter. Tommy's next pitch will be his 45th with nobody out in the 4th inning. 2-1 in the dirt. Rather, now it's 2 balls and a strike. From Tommy to Jackson. Both pitcher and hitter wearing number 2. Tommy winds again. 2-1 pitch. Fastball drilled deep out to right center field. Prince sprints back in the gap. He looks up. It's onto the hill. Daniel Jackson warms up for the Cape League home run hitting contest with his 3rd long ball of the year. He blasts a 2-1 fastball to the opposite field, and Chatham is on the board. 5-1 Harbor Hawks in the bottom of the 4th.
It felt like so long before the last Daniel Jackson home run. It was really the last time they played Hyannis weeks ago at Hyannis since he had hit a long ball, but you knew it was coming.
Now Jackson Freeman up. The first pitch. Fastball grounded left side. Schaffner charges, fields on the run, stops, throws to first, got him. He took his time and shuffled into the throw and just barely got it to first. A half step before Freeman's right foot hit the bag. 1 gone. And now the left-handed hitting Reed Stallman steps in. 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Tommy. Right-hander nods at the sign. Winds up. Tommy's first pitch. Fastball grounded back to the mound. Tommy gloves it, sprints toward first, and steps on first base himself. Wow, you don't see that often. Maybe outside of the Little League level. It goes 1 unassisted for the second out. And I cannot imagine Reed, Stallman, and Chatham took too kindly to that.
I mean, my goodness. Also, to be fair, he's got shorter legs. He's a 5'7" guy. My goodness, he's fast.
He's scattered over there. Ray Velasquez, the first baseman, was standing on first, waiting for the flip, and it just never came.
Love the hustle.
So nobody on and 2 out. 5-1 Hyannis in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Roman Martin. Swung on and laced out to right field. Mitchell sprints back in front of the track. He reaches up and makes the grab. But Chatham does get a run back. It comes on the Daniel Jackson solo shot, the A's first hit of the day. A run on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. After 4 innings at Veterans Field, it is Hyannis 5 and Chatham 1. To the 5th with a Chatham Barzin call to the bullpen on the other side. When we come back, it's Chatham A's baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
You know, she comes around just about 5'4", from her head to the ground. You know, she comes around here just about midnight. She make her feel so good, Lord. She make her feel all right. And her name is G. L. Whoa. Ah. Ah. G-L-Y. Oh, yeah. G-L-Y. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna shout it all night. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna shout it every day. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. She comes around here.
We go to the 5th at Veterans Field. It's Hyannis 5, Chatham 1. And the A's make a Chatham Barzin call to the bullpen. Charlie Foster reaches the end of the line, and the A's call on the Oklahoma left-hander Cam Johnson. 6'6", 256-pound left-hander. Set to make his 3rd appearance. He's thrown 2 1/3 so far and allowed 2 earned runs in that period. Has allowed a home run, although it came as a wall scraper at Red Wilson Field in South Yarmouth, home of the YD Red Sox, where the deepest part of the park is just 360 feet away. 3 strikeouts to 1 walk on the summer so far for Cam Johnson. He faces Ryan McKay, Dayton LaChance, and Miles Davis. Lefty, righty, righty. 3, 4, and 5 in the Hyannis order. Johnson winds up. His first pitch to McKay. Fastball called a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. 96 miles an hour from Johnson. He takes a deep breath, winds up again, and delivers the 0-1. Fastball just downstairs. That one at 97. 1-1. He's always been a hard thrower. The question has been control, and he attributes his improved control to visualization techniques. 1-1. Downstairs, a check swing, appeal to third, no swing, says Mickey Garcia. 2-1. 97 again on the fastball.
This visualization, too, is all about, told me, waking up And visualizing myself, okay, I'm throwing strikes. I'm hitting the zone. That's what's been important to him.
2-1. Inside. He's hit the zone on just one of his first 4 pitches. All of them 96 miles an hour or harder. And it's 3-1 on the leadoff man in the top of the 5th. Left-hander takes a deep breath, winds up and deals. It hit him. A 95-mile-an-hour fastball square in the middle of the back. McKay spikes his bat to the ground in front of the Hyannis dugout and walks to first as he glares out to the mound at Johnson. Right side umpire Brian DiDomenico comes down the line to meet McKay as he walks up it. Reaches first, aboard with nobody out, and now Joe LaBella, the home plate umpire, is standing hands on hips staring at the Hyannis dugout, wondering if the training staff is going to come out. They took a few steps out, but McKay shoos them back. And Johnson starts the inning with a hit by pitch on the mound. First pitch to LaChance. Fastball called a strike. 95 at the bottom of the zone. 0-1 on the second straight hitter. Johnson looks at the runner at first. 0-1. Fastball muscled foul to the backstop. No balls and 2 strikes on LaChance. He struck out twice against the Chatham starter Charlie Foster, who went 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, including the grand slam, the 3rd home run he surrendered this summer. Pick to first, just a lob. McKay back standing. 5 runs allowed by Foster, but not a single one of them earned. They all came with 2 outs after Isaiah Lane had made an error earlier in the inning. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. LaChance K's for the 3rd time in the first 5 innings, and Cam Johnson bounces back from the hit by pitch, 1 away. Hyannis 5, Chatham 1, top of the 5th at Veterans Field. Runner on first with 1 out, and the first pitch to Davis, but before it comes, a check on first. And the runner dives back headfirst. McKay takes another lead. 4 steps, his arms dangling between his legs. Johnson picks over again, and McKay back standing. A home run for either side in the game, but Jake Schaffner's grand slam is the difference in this one. First pitch to Davis. In the dirt, past Aaron Beatty. He can't find it, now does. McKay runs to second, now goes to third, no throw. He moves up 2 bases on the wild pitch. Second wild pitch of the day for Angler pitching. It has cost them 4 total bases on 2 wild pitches. Runner on third, 1 out. 1-0 to Davis. Fastball dribbled back to the mound. Johnson fields. He lobs to first and throws out Davis. If it had skipped past the mound, McKay was ready to run home. In fact, so far off the bag that had Johnson turned and thrown through to third, McKay would have been dead in the water. Instead, Johnson just stared him back to first. Stared him back to third, I should say, and then tossed to first. Fielder's choice goes 1-3, 2 out. Runner still on third, and the first pitch to Devin Mitchell. Down and in, 1-0. Left-hander sets again. Looks in at the right-handed hitter. 1-0. Fastball grounded left side. Martin plays it on 3 hops, slings to first. Frelick stretches, and they got it. Cam Johnson hangs a 0. He strands a runner on third. And we go to the bottom of the 5th at Veterans Field. No Hyannis runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We're halfway there on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. It's Hyannis 5 and Chatham 1.
The Cape's leader, sports radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Back at Veterans Field to the bottom of the 5th on the Cape Cod Baseball Network with Hudson Ridley. I'm Jake Klein. Tsubasa Tommy, the Hyannis right-hander, comes back out to the mound for his 5th inning of work. His team has a 5-1 lead, and he faces the left-handed hitting Chase Frelick to start the second half of the ball game. Right on left. First pitch to Frelick. Outside, 84 on the fastball, 1-0. Chatham got its first run of the game last half inning with Daniel Jackson's opposite field solo home run. 1-0 to Frelick. Here it is. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls, no strikes on the left-handed hitter. Tommy has walked just 1 hitter so far, and he's only been in 3 3-ball counts. 2-0. Breaking ball down and in. Another 3-ball count. It's 3-0 on Frelick. That's been a big part of why Tommy's pitch count is so low. Only 52 in the 5th inning. Winds up, ready for the 3-0 pitch. Here it is. Outside, ball 4. No, called a strike. Everyone in the park thought it was outside, including Frelick, who went to shovel his bat toward the Chatham dugout. But Joe LaBella calls strike 1. Tommy winds up again. 3-1. Fastball called a strike, low outside corner. It's 3-2. Wind whipping out to right has helped carry the 2 home runs in this game, 1 for each side. Tommy winds again. 3-2. Grounded foul into the Hyannis dugout. It hits a Harbor Hawk assistant coach on the top step of the dugout, leaning against the railing nearest home plate. Barely missed the skipper, Mitch Carricker, in a white folding chair just left of the coach who was hit. So the count stays full on Frelick. Tommy winds again. Payoff pitch. Here it is. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. Frelick, who thought he had ball 4, strikes out looking. 1 gone. Still 5-1 Hyannis in the bottom of the 5th at Veterans Field. Nobody on with one out for Isaiah Lane. First pitch to the right-handed hitter. Breaking ball, called a strike, low inside corner. 0-1. Breaking ball at 76 miles an hour from Tommy. Righty comes home again. Another breaking ball, this one down and away. A ball and a strike. There is finally action in the Hyannis bullpen down the right field line. There's a right-hander throwing. 1-1 pitch to Lane. On the way, it's lined foul. Directly off the backstop, almost immediately behind home plate. A ball and a strike on Isaiah Lane. Rather, a ball and 2 strikes. Chris Diaz of Florida Gulf Coast is the righty up in the Harbor Hawk bullpen. He's gone without an earned run allowed in his first 2 innings. Tommy on the hill. 1-2 to Lane. Breaking ball down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just 4 combined hits in the game. 3 belong to Hyannis, including the 4th inning grand slam by Schaffner. 2-2. Breaking ball dribbled left side. The 2 infielders converge. Schaffner picks it up and throws. Safe. Davis, the third baseman, and Schaffner, the shortstop, almost ran into each other. Schaffner fielded it on a backhand as he pulled up to avoid collision, and the throw did not have much behind it. Velasquez had to pick it, and that one hop before it reached first was the difference, as Lane legs out an infield single for Chatham's 2nd hit of the day. So a runner on first with 1 out. Tommy forced to go back into the stretch. First pitch, breaking ball popped foul, right field side and out of play. Down by the playground adjacent to the right field corner at Veterans Field. And a gaggle of kids sprint after that souvenir. Gallagher walked his first time up, throw to first, safe. Lane dives back head first, ahead of the throw from Tommy. Runner takes his lead again with 1 out. 0-1 to Gavin Gallagher. Here it is. Breaking ball on the outside corner, called a strike. 0-2. Right-handed hitting Cade Arambidi due up next for Chatham after Gallagher. 0-2. Fastball just off the plate away. 84 miles an hour. Gallagher lays off of it. 1-2. Five to 1 Hyannis, bottom of the 5th. Runner on first, 1 out. 1-2. Breaking ball ducks down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Gallagher, who's evened up the count. Had been on a bit of a slide until last night. A couple of hits helped bring his batting average up to 244. Pick to first, Lane back safely. On the head first dive, dirtying up the front of his white pinstriped jersey. Now Tommy comes set, another pick to first, close play but safe. Isaiah Lane just barely dives back ahead of the pickoff throw from Tsubasa Tommy. Takes another lead with 1 out. The 2-2. Breaking ball served toward right. Mitchell sprints in. He makes the grab on the line drive. Fakes a throw back to first. But as Lane scampers back in, the throw goes to second. 2 away. Sharply hit line drive, 85 miles an hour off of the bat of Gallagher. But it hung up for Mitchell, just high enough for him to make the catch. 2 away. And the right-handed hitting Cade Arambidi steps up, the 9-hole hitter. That's with a runner on first and 2 out. His team down 5-1 in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch, ripped at and missed. 0-1. 81-mile-an-hour breaking ball. A couple of balls off the outside corner, and Arambidi ripped over it. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss. Another curve. This one even further outside. Arambidi again swings and misses. Does Tommy go back to it a 3rd time? Looks in, nods at the sign. Comes set, glove at the belt. 0-2. Breaking ball off the plate away. This time Arambidi lays off. They tested him even further outside that time. Lane leads off of first with 2 out. 1 and 2 to Arambidi. Breaking ball down and away. Bounces in the left-handed batter's box. And Arambidi evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4 straight breaking balls start the at-bat from Tommy. Now the 2-2 on the way. Upstairs, and Arambidi works it full. Lane takes his lead, no longer held by the first baseman Velasquez. He will be off on the pitch. On first with 2 out, 3-2 on Arambidi. The pitch. Swing and a foul tip, strike 3. Tsubasa Tommy Case, his 6th batter of the day. He is through 5 with just the 1 run allowed. No runs on Chatham's 2nd hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We go to the 6th at Veterans Field with the Harbor Hawks in front of the A's, 5-1. Cam Johnson back to the mound, straight ahead.
Chatham A's on the air.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
I left a good thing behind. Seemed all of our love was in vain. Now my baby's coming in on the Tucson train. I come here looking for a new life, one I wouldn't have to explain. That voice that keeps me awake at night, one little piece would make everything right. If I could just turn off my brain. But now my baby's coming in on the Tucson train. We fought hard over nothing. We fought till nothing remained. I've carried that nothing for a long.
Back at Veterans Field, we start the 6th. Chatham left-hander Cam Johnson comes back out for his 2nd inning of relief. And he enters with his team down 5-1. Top of the 6th starts with Matthew Chattel at the plate. First pitch, fastball called a strike, outside corner, 0-1. Chattel, the right-handed hitting catcher, is 0 of 2. He's popped out to second and flied to right. Oh, 1. Fastball dribbled foul down the third base line. Smacked off of home plate and then caromed onto the grass between the third base line and the Chatham dugout. Goes to no balls and 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting Chatham. Lefty Johnson peers in, winds up, and comes home. Outside, 1-2. Chatham, Prince, and Velasquez due up for Hyannis in this top of the 6th. Johnson's 1-2. Way up and away. It sails over the catcher Aaron Beatty, who didn't even bother to put his glove up. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. That didn't even register on the TrackMan pitch tracking software. Johnson winds again, 2-2. Fastball called, strike 3. 97 at the knees. And Chatham is punched out. Second K for Johnson. And there's 1 gone in the top of the 6th. Left-handed hitting Owen Prince digs in. Choked up on his natural grain bat against the hard-throwing lefty. First pitch, just below the knees, 1-0. Hudson, no Major League Baseball scores tonight, presented by Mahi Gold. Action resumes tomorrow. So how about the Cape League scoreboard, presented by Sweet Tomatoes Pizza?
Sure thing, Jake. 1 game just finished. Falmouth topped Orleans 3-1.
1-0, down and away, 2-0.
2 games in action right now. Bourne on top of Brewster 4-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Both teams have combined for 16 hits in that one. Wareham took care of Cotuit earlier today, 4-2 at Lowell Park in Cotuit.
Johnson takes a deep breath, his 2-0 to Prince. Inside, backs the left-handed hitter off the plate. Spins around towards his teammates in the dugout and grimaces. It's 3-0.
Only other score today, Harwich dominated YD. 10-2, 15 hits for the Mariners in that one.
Couple of things important from those scores. 3-0, fastball called a strike right down the middle, 3-1. So Harwich wins, which means in order to maintain its tie for 4th place in the East Division tonight, Chatham also has to win. 3-1. Fastball called a strike, low outside corner, 3-2. The Orleans loss also looms large. Chatham could actually pass the Firebirds. So then it would be a tie for 3rd with Harwich. Again, that's if the A's can come back, down 5-1, top 6, 3-2. Bounced left side, Martin charges on 2 hops, throws to first, stretched by Stallman, out. Reed Stallman, the former gymnast, stretches out and saves Johnson from allowing an infield single. Put out goes 5-3, 2 out in the top of the 6th.
Wasn't just a stretch, too. It was the contort. He had to reach forward off the bag and then twist his body to have a chance to cone the ball at the very top. And he did all 3 of those things.
First pitch to Ray Velasquez. Fastball called a strike, outside corner, 0-1. The other notable thing, at least to me, from those Cape League scores, Wareham won, which means for the first time in over a week, there's a team over 500 in the West. 0-1, breaking ball downstairs, a ball and a strike.
It wasn't long ago that Hyannis led the West as well. Just been a 1-8-1 stretch for the Harbor Hawks with 5 straight losses, and that has put them in the basement of the division, which is very tightly packed.
Left against right, the 1-1 to Velasquez. Fastball knocked foul over the first base side dugout, out of play. A ball and 2 strikes on the 9-hole hitter. if Hyannis holds on to this 5-1 lead and wins tonight, when the sun rises tomorrow, 1st and 5th in the 5-team West Division will be separated by 4 points, or 2 games. Johnson's 1-2. Fastball just off the plate away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the right-handed hitting Velasquez. Harbor Hawks are on top of the A's 5-1. Top of the 6th inning at Veterans Field. Nobody on with 2 out. Johnson ready for a 2-2 to Velasquez. He winds up and comes home. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Aaron Beatty dropped it. He slaps the tag on Velasquez to end the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Cam Johnson. He's up to 3 and is through 2 innings of scoreless relief. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base to the bottom of the 6th at Veterans Field. Chatham chasing 4, down 5-1 to Hyannis on home field on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham A's on the air.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Hi, this is Jackson Freeman from Northwestern University. You're listening to Chatham A's Baseball with Jake Klein and Hudson Ridley on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
It's the top of the Chatham order to the plate in the bottom of the 6th, and the A's have finally knocked Tsubasa Tommy, the Hyannis right-handed starter, out of the game. He departs with 72 pitches thrown. He goes 5 innings, allows 1 earned run on 2 hits, including the Daniel Jackson solo homer, a walk, and 6 strikeouts for the right-hander, who held the A's quiet over 5 innings. And Hyannis, with a 5-1 lead, makes a Chatham Barzin call to the bullpen to go get the right-hander Chris Diaz, 6'1", 188 pounds, a redshirt sophomore to be at Florida Gulf Coast. He makes his 2nd appearance in his first 2 innings pitched, has not allowed a run or a hit, and has K'd 3 with no walks. He comes on to try to bridge the gap for Hyannis, which hopes to end its 5-game losing streak tonight at Veterans Field. They've got a 5-1 lead behind them as the top of the A's order comes to the plate. It's Ashton Larson, then Daniel Jackson, and Jackson Freeman. Diaz winds. First pitch. Fastball swung on and popped up over the Chatham dugout on the third base side. 0-1. It's a 4-pitch mix for Diaz. Fastball, slider, changeup, and curveball. Pretty standard selection. And ahead of the first pitch, or rather the second pitch to Larson, he steps out of the box, gestures out toward the mound for Diaz, and now steps back in. The pitch, knocked in the air left side, fielded on 1 hop at short. The throw to first, not in time. Just a little looping liner that made it to shortstop on 1 hop. Schaffner fielded it in the hole on the backhand, and when he threw to first, the throw barely made it halfway to first in the air. It kind of rolled toward the first baseman Velasquez and gave Larson plenty of time to leg it out. It's the third Chatham hit, and the leadoff man is on for Daniel Jackson. Homered his last time up. Diaz set. First pitch. Up and away with the fastball. 87 miles an hour. 1-0. Jackson hit a deep fly ball to right field his first time up, and then put one on the other side of the wall in the fourth. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Took a big hack at that one. Cuts under the breaking ball. It's 1-1. After Jackson, it's two left-handed hitters, Freeman and Stallman, against the right-hander. Diaz with the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Low fastball. Jackson cuts over it. Big uppercut from the right-handed hitter. And it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Larson off of first with nobody out. Diaz deals. Breaking ball drilled to left center field. Prince sprints over, he dives, and he makes the catch. He takes away extra bases from Daniel Jackson. Larson scurries back to first. 2 hits and now a highlight reel play for Owen Prince. 1 away.
Jackson, Freeman.
And he was so quick to get to that ball. He didn't really even need to dive, but he almost did it for security to get his feet to the right spot in time.
99 off the bat of Jackson. First pitch to Freeman. Fastball on the outside corner. 0-1. Light mist starts to blow in from left field at Veterans Field. Perhaps the early making of the fog. 0-1. Fastball swung on and dribbled foul. Off the right foot of Joe Labella, the home plate umpire. And then it rolls toward the Hyannis dugout, and Freeman is in an 0-2 hole. We both predicted fog pregame, but not much a sign of it yet until just a couple of minutes ago. 0-2 to Freeman. Here it is. Fastball lined sharply foul, left side. That rolls toward the Chatham bullpen in left field. 90 off the bat, but it's 0-2.
And even the fog that is here, it's just light and misty. None of it is creeped into the natural bowl of Veterans Field. You can really only see it through the lights.
Right-hander comes set. Another 0-2 to Freeman. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout out of the Hyannis bullpen for Chris Diaz. He dispatches Freeman on 5 pitches. And there are 2 away. Still Hyannis 5, Chatham 1, bottom of the 6th. And with a runner on first and 2 out, the left-handed hitting Reed Stallman comes up. Right-hander set. Pick to first. Larson dives back. A quick pickoff move from Diaz, but then once he made it, he just lightly tossed it over. First baseman Velasquez didn't bother to apply a tag. The pitch, cut on and missed. 94 miles an hour past Stallman, 0-1. Stallman is 0 of 2. Strikeout swinging and a ground ball back to the pitcher, Tommy, who again went 5 innings for Hyannis, allowing just a run. 0-1. Fastball called a strike. Right at the letters. The A and the S in the upper left chest area on Stallman's jersey. He's behind 0-2. Larson takes his lead with 2 out. Diaz set. The right-hander's 0-2 pitch. Upstairs with a fastball, 94 again. It's 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Diaz fans back-to-back hitters and gets out of the inning after the leadoff single by Larson. No Chatham runs on their third hit of the ball game. No errors and one man left on base. We go to the late innings at Veterans Field with Hyannis holding a 5-1 lead over Chatham. Cam Johnson's through 2 scoreless. He comes back out when we come back.
Chatham A's on the air.
Sun coming up over New York City. School bus driver in a traffic jam. Staring at the faces in a rearview mirror. Looking at the promise of the promised land. One kid dreams of fame and fortune. One kid helps pay the rent. One could end up going to prison. One just might be president. Only in America, dreaming in red, white, and blue. Only in America, where we dream as big as we want to. We all get a chance.
Hyannis 5, Chatham 1. We go to the 7th at Veterans Field. With Hudson Ridley, I'm Jake Klein. It's the top of the Harbor Hawk order to face the left-handed reliever Cam Johnson through 2 scoreless in relief of the starter Charlie Foster. And he's ready for the first pitch to the leadoff man, Jake Schaffner. Left-on-left matchup, Johnson deals. Fastball just above the white Hyannis script on the jersey of Schaffner. Lefty Johnson ready, winds up and deals. Down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. On the left-handed hitting Schaffner, he hit a grand slam last time up in the 4th. 2-0 pitch. Inside, 3 balls, no strikes. Left-hander looks in again. Here's the pitch to Schaffner. Down and away, ball 4. The first 4 pitches of the inning from Cam Johnson missed the zone. Schaffner walks to start the 7th. He's on for the 3rd time today. That brings up the right-handed hitting Jace Doby, the outfielder from Nevada, who is 0 of 3 today. Johnson comes set, first pitch. Fastball called a strike, right down the chute at 95 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Harbor Hawks 5, Anglers 1. Top of the 7th. Johnson deals, down and away. A ball and a strike. Johnson came in, plunked the first batter he faced, McKay. Set down the next 6 before the leadoff walk in this half inning. Throw to first. Safe. Stallman slaps the tag on the right arm of Schaffner, who just dives back in ahead of the throw. 3 hits aside in the game, but Hyannis leads 5-1. Another pick to first. Stallman picks it on one hop. Schaffner goes back standing. Two stolen bases on 4 tries for the UNC-bound shortstop. He leads again with nobody out. Now the 1-1 pitch. Runner goes. Fastball down and away. Aaron Beatty dropped it as he popped up to throw. It's the 3rd stolen base of the year for Jake Schaffner. And Hyannis has a runner in scoring position with nobody out. The count goes to 2-1 on Doby. It's the first stolen base of the night for either side. And the 43rd of the season for Hyannis. That's up near the top of the league. 2-1, sails to the backstop. Schaffner goes to third on the wild pitch. Now it's 3-1 on Doby. And there's a runner on third with nobody out. Right-hander J.J. Glasscock up and warming in the Chatham bullpen down the left field line. 3-1. Fastball on the outside corner, and the count runs full. Johnson stranded a runner on third in his first inning, but that runner didn't reach third until there were 2 out. Schaffner on third here in the 7th with nobody out. Left-hander comes to a stop. Glove on the chest, he steps off. And now the Hyannis dugout has been told to stop chirping by the home plate umpire Joe Labella. Came out, waved his hand at them, and they quiet down. 3-2. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Johnson puts the sweeper on the low outside corner. He picks up his 4th strikeout of the relief appearance. It's a big first out. Runner stays at third. Left-handed hitting Ryan McKay stands in. First pitch, breaking ball right. No, ruled a ball. It appeared right down the middle. Cade Aaron Beatty held it out there. Joe Labella rules ball 1. Left on left, the 1-0 pitch. Fastball off the plate away. 2 balls, no strikes. Last time up, McKay took strike 1, then 3 straight balls before he wore a 95-mile-an-hour fastball off the upper back. Johnson comes set, 2-0. In the dirt, it skips over Aaron Beatty's head to the backstop, and Schaffner jogs home to score. Hyannis extends the lead. It's 6-1 Harbor Hawks in the top of the 7th.
And Johnson knew it out of the hand. As soon as he let go of that ball, he started running to the plate before Aaron Beatty even had a chance to come and catch it. He knew that he let it slip, and he really had no chance.
Schaffner scores his 2nd run of the day. Hyannis extends its lead to 5 runs. And now it is 3-0 on the left-handed hitting McKay. Johnson delivers. Inside, ball 4. McKay flips the bat helicopter style toward the Hyannis dugout. He jogs over. 2nd walk of the inning issued by Johnson. And now there's a runner on first with 1 out. The Hyannis dugout packed to the gills is chanting the name of McKay as he jogs up the first base line to first base. Runner on first, 1 out. First pitch to LaChance. Grounded left side, lane charges. Off balance, throws to first. Got him. He hesitated. but just throws in time to bang out LaChance 6-3. And now McKay moves up to second with 2 out on the fielder's choice. Right-handed hitting Miles Davis steps up. Johnson takes a deep breath, comes home. Fastball downstairs, 1-0. Hyannis 6, Chatham 1. Top of the 7th, the 1-0. Fastball called a strike right on the low outside corner. About knee-high on the right-handed hitter. It's 1-1. Davis tonight is 0 for 3. He reached on an E6 in the 4th and scored. That was a 5-run inning for Hyannis. 1-1. Ripped at and missed. 1-2. Left-hander Johnson comes set again. His 1-2 to Davis. Breaking ball outside, pops out of Arambidi's glove, and the runner advances. McKay goes to third. He's 90 feet away from another insurance run. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Davis. Johnson looks in, ready, 2-2. Down and away, 3-2. Ran it up to 96 miles an hour that time, but missed the zone. And the count goes full on Davis. 6-1 Hyannis in the top of the 7th. Runner on third with 2 out. It'll be a payoff pitch to Miles Davis from Cam Johnson. Here it is. Tapped foul at home plate. It bounced right in front of the plate. But by the time Arambidi popped out of his crouch and grabbed it, it was at rest in the right-handed batter's box. So Davis fouls it off and the count stays full. The next pitch, number 50 from the reliever Cam Johnson. He readies. Payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Johnson gets out of it without additional damage. Just 1 run allowed over 3 innings of relief, and he strikes out 5 along the way. A run on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. It's time to stretch at Veterans Field. We turn it over to the public address announcer, Peter Burns.
We're going to go, where's best? I think we have to do what Holly says.
She's in charge. Okay, here we go. We've got Juliana, Dominic, Sasha, Jackson, Graham, Avery, Moira, Alex, Chase, Lucy, John, Lane, Pearson, and Joseph. Who did I miss? Okay, on 3, are you ready? This doesn't seem like... All right, here we go. On 3, a 1, a 2, a 3.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Mommy shut me up and grab me back. I don't care if I ever come back, so it's root for the Anglers. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, they're out at the old ball game.
Let's hear it for an all-star group. Juliana, Dominic, Sasha, Jackson, Graham, Avery, Moira, Alex, Chase, Lucy, John, Lane, Pearson, Joseph, Holly, and Allie.
So there's the 7th inning stretch at Veterans Field. The right-handed hitting Roman Martin is set to lead off the home half of the 7th, with the Hyannis Harbor Hawks on the verge of snapping a 5-game losing streak in front of the Chatham A's 6-1. Martin starts the bottom of the 7th, then Chase Freilich and Isaiah Lane. Righty-lefty, righty 2 up against the right-handed reliever Chris Diaz, out for his 2nd inning of work. Allowed a hit and struck out 2 in his first inning of work. First pitch, fastball called a strike. Thigh high on the righty, 0-1. Martin is 0 for 2. The pitch, inside with a breaker, 1-1. He struck out looking in the second and lined sharply to right in the fourth. Both times against the starter, Tsubasa Tommy. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball lined on one hop to short. Schaffner gloves it waist high. He throws to first in time. 1 away.
Now batting for the Anglers, the designated hitter.
A similar line drive to the one Ashton Larson hit.
Chase Frelick.
That Schaffner misplayed last inning and was forced to weirdly throw to first when he just kind of rolled it to first and Larson beat out a single. That time he played it well. Waited back on the one hop and threw out Martin. So 1 gone and Chase Frelick steps in. Left-handed hitter against the right-handed reliever. The pitch, fastball called a strike, outer third, 0-1. Diaz has picked up right where Tommy left off. Oh, 1. Outside. A ball and a strike on Chase Frelick. Right-hander shakes off, now nods. Into the windup, his 1-1. Swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes. Harborhawks 6, Anglers 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody on, 1 out. The 1-2 pitch. Upstairs with a heater. 2-2. Diaz looks in again. His 2-2. Breaking ball nubbed, foul. Third base side. It hung along the chalk for a half second and then bounced toward the grass just by the third base line. Frelick stays alive, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right-hander set, 2-2. Breaking ball popped up behind home plate. The catcher, Chattel, sprints back. It lands just on the opposite side of the backstop on the cement walkway right behind the backstop that runs in front of the home plate grandstand at Veterans Field.
And a young fan who was maybe about a foot away from that ball, his mom pulled him out of the way, but he came up disappointed. He wanted the ball.
Another 2-2 to Frelick. Fastball just up and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Diaz has thrown 24 pitches in relief. 18 of them have been for strikes. 3-2. Fastball downstairs, ball 4. It's the first walk issued by the right-handed reliever. Frelick is aboard for the first time today, and Chatham has another runner on base. They've had exactly 1 reach base for each of the last 4 innings. Lane will try to snap that skid and get on as he comes up for his second at bat. Rather, third at bat. He's already lined to center and singled on the infield, a grounder to the left side. Right against right. Diaz ready, the pitch. Breaking ball catches the upper outside corner, 0-1. Chatham with a win would tie for third. With a loss would be alone in 5th. 0-1. Breaking ball hit on the ground to third. Davis throws to second for 1. McKay steps on the bag. The throw to first is not in time. McKay just barely held the bag at second before he turned the relay to first. Mickey Garcia was only a foot or so from that bag at second, so you figure he had a good angle of it.
The second baseman,
He says Freilich is forced out 5-3, or 5-4. But Lane reaches on the fielder's choice. So a runner on first with 2 out for Chatham. And the right-handed hitting Gavin Gallagher steps in. First pitch, downstairs, just below the knees.
Jake, you got that second base runner that you wanted in the inning. Just didn't happen how you would hope.
(1-0) to Gallagher. Here it is. Breaking ball tapped on the ground back toward the mound. Now skips past the mound. Shovel goes over the head of the first baseman, and it's out of play on the first base side. Lane goes to third. Gallagher is awarded second base. It was hit on the ground into no man's land. Skipped past the mound. The pitcher, Diaz, and second baseman McKay converged. McKay gloved it. Gallagher flew so far down the line that McKay tried a glove flip to beat him and flipped it over Velasquez's head out of play past the chalk line near the Hyannis dugout. It's a single and an E4, and there are 2 in scoring position with 2 out for Cade Arambidi. Big chance to get Chatham back into the game. First pitch. Breaking ball called a strike, outer third, 0-1. Right against right. 0-1 to Arambidi. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. It's 0-2. He is behind in the count, 0-2 for the 3rd time in 3 trips to the plate. In the first 2, he struck out swinging. 6-1 Hyannis, bottom of the 7th. Second and third 2 out. The 0-2 from Diaz to Arambidi. Breaking ball down and away, 1-2. Bourne has extended its lead to 7-2 over Brewster. So there's some good news for Chatham. Arambidi aiming to deliver more. The 1-2. Breaking ball just off the plate away. He watches it miss by only a ball or so. And the count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Diaz looks in for the sign. He's ready. 2-2 on the way. Knocked foul in the air, first base side and out of play. Arambidi stays alive at the plate. Lane leads off of third. Gallagher off of second with 2 out. Diaz ready again on the mound. Another 2-2. Breaking ball called, strike 3, inning over. It's the 3rd strikeout of Cade Arambidi by Hyannis pitching. This time, Diaz strands 2 in scoring position. And the A's have just 1 run to their name through 7 innings. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the 8th, and J.J. Glasscock takes over on the mound, but the A's are chasing 5. Hyannis in control, and Glasscock comes to the mound when we come back. It's Chatham A's baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Go A's! Chatham on GRC!
Somewhere there's some buddies in a Chevy turning up Tom Petty on the way to the Cape. They'll be there all day. In the sun somewhere there's a home run ball flying over that wall off of Little League bat. paychecks. It's a road trip on a wild tear, and I'll call you when we get there. Here's to making that coffee can cash. Here's to making those good times last. 2 for 1, fireworks and cold beer in my right hand. Pretty girls in a top-town Jeep, wind blowing through their bleach blonde hair, having fun forever young out there in the sun somewhere. Between May and September, it's windows on a road and a grape snow cone and a feet on the dash. A shotgun seat laid back, and you'll always remember that Malibu buzz and a Sonic cup and a shirt on the limb. Oh, and you're jumping in, yeah. Here's to making that coffee can cash.
Back at Veterans Field, we start the 8th, and Hudson Ridley takes back over on play-by-play.
Thank you very much, Jake. It's a Chatham Bars in called to the bullpen in a 6-1 lead for Hyannis. Right-hander J.J. Glasscock makes his way on for his 3rd appearance of the season. Glasscock to this point, a 12.79 ERA through 6 1/3. 4 walks to 10 strikeouts. The righty to the righty, Devin Mitchell. First pitch is a called strike at the knees. 0-1 on Mitchell. Hyannis scraped across a run in the top of the 7th. That's the last score we've had. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. Popped up. Stays on the infield right side. Stallman charges from first. Waves off the 2 others and makes the grab. A high, towering pop-up on the infield, but Stallman deals with it no problem in the night lights. And it's 1 up, 1 down. Matthew Chattel, the catcher, slowly stands in on the right side. Fog misting under the lights. It's drifting from left to right, but not settling. First pitch, breaking ball high and in. 83 on the changeup from Glasscock. It's 1-0. 1-0 pitch, fastball, just below the zone. Mid-90s is where Glasscock tops out. This is his 2nd relief appearance. The last time he was out was in a starting spot. Here's the 2-0, breaking ball, called strike on the inner half. Clips the very top inside corner. 2-1. In that last Glasscock appearance, it was a start against Orleans where he allowed all 4 of the first base runners to score. 2-1, down and in on a fastball. It's 3-1 on Chattel. In that game, it was a hit by pitch on the first pitch of the game, then a walk, a double, and a home run. So it was 4-0, 4 batters in against Orleans. 3-1 pitch, fastball inside. It scrapes Chattel off the plate as he ducks backwards, and he's got ball 4. The first walk issued by J.J. Glasscock as Chattel makes the jog down to first base and hands off the gear to Hyannis' first base coach. Makes way for Owen Prince from the left side. Center fielder from Virginia Military Institute. He's got a runner on first and 1 gone. First pitch, fastball, swung on and tipped out of the glove of Aaron Beatty. It looks like Aaron Beatty's glove may have collided with the bat of Prince. He at least hit it on something as he shakes his hand out, grabbing at that left hand. Home plate umpire Joe LaBella walks the ball out to Glasscock to give Aaron Beatty a little bit of time, and even further dusts off home plate. The catcher finally squats back down. He's ready to go. 6-1, Hyannis leads in the top of the 8th. A runner on first and 1 gone. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball down and in. 1-1. Prince with a wide stance in the lefty box. Glasscock steps off. He wipes off the hands a few times. It's a dewy night. One of the more humid nights we've had at Veterans Field. 1-1, fastball up and out. Jay Powell barking at the pitcher Glasscock to keep it downhill in the zone. 1-1, fastball just inside. Labella twists his head towards the right to indicate it. That it came just a hair in on the left-handed hitter. Chattel, the runner at first, takes a lead. 2-1 pitch, fastball, called strike. Dots the bottom edge. Middle infield ready to turn to. Stallman holding the runner on at first base. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit on the ground right at Stallman. He boots it off his glove and it trickles in between first and second. The runner is safe. Owen Prince reaches on the error at first, and Chattel moves up to second base. That is the third Chatham error today. The A's only have 4 hits. And so now with runners on first and second, Ray Velasquez stands in with no one gone. First pitch to the righty, upstairs, ball 1. The wild pitches, the errors, it's been the defense that's the issue today. Glasscock checks the runner at second, kicks and deals. Breaking ball cut on and missed. Strike 1. Velasquez took a hefty hack, trying to move the runners off of first and second. With the Harwich win today, Chatham needs a win to stay in the playoff picture. Here's the 1-1. Fastball. Down and in. Rather called strike. Got the very edge of the zone. It's 1-2 on Velasquez. 1 gone. Glasscock kicks and deals. The pitch cut on and missed. Strike 3. Aaron Beatty scoops it up out of the dirt, but with the runner on first base, they stay put. And that forces Velasquez into the strikeout. That's the first strikeout today, tossed by Glasscock. The third taken by Velasquez. 10 strikeouts today for Chatham pitching. Runners on first and second, and now 2 gone. Jake Schaffner from the left side. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball, called strike, 0-1. And now Glasscock is close to escaping the inning. Allowed the one out walk to Chattel, and then Prince reached on the error at first. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball down and away. Check swing. No appeal necessary. It's 1-1. Freeman in center, slightly to the left. 1-1. Fastball up and out at 93 from Glasscock. It's 2-1. Jay Powell has complimented him when he's on his game. He says he's really on top of it. Problem is, when he starts to slip, things can go haywire. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball hit on the ground. Gallagher charges for second, flips the short way to second base in time to get the runner. Cuts down Prince at second and sends us to the bottom of the 8th. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and the runner left on base. Back in just a moment for the bottom of the 8th, where the Anglers need runs. It's the top of the order. Larson, Jackson, and Freeman when we return. It's Chatham A's Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRZ, Cape Cod. Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta
Home half of the 8th on the Cape Cod Baseball Network with Hyannis in control. It's 6-1, the Harbor Hawks over the A's. And it's a Chatham Bars Inn call to the bullpen for Hyannis. The right-hander Zach Edwards makes his way on for his 5th appearance. The Harbor Hawks bring one of their best out of the bullpen. A 1.42 ERA in 6 1/3 innings pitched, just 2 walks to 8 strikeouts. The right-hander from Oregon State walks up the mound to face the left-handed hitting Ashton Larson. First pitch from the righty is a fastball grounded back to the mound over the top of the glove. Charged from short, the throw to first, beats Larson to the bag. 1 gone. Schaffner came soaring in from second base, fielded it on 2 hops, and mid-charge slung it over to first. Larson was beat by a step. 1 pitch in, and it's 1 up, 1 down for Edwards. That brings up Daniel Jackson from the right side. He's got the A's only run of the day on a solo shot in the 4th. Here's the pitch. Fastball sprayed foul. Back into the right. Lands on the Little League field to the right of Veterans Field. 0-1 to Daniel Jackson. Edwards deals. Breaking ball downstairs. Jackson looks at it, nods his head, and takes a loop out of the box. Grabs the handle of his bat and steps back in. Taps it on the plate and readies. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball popped up, drifting right side, and tails foul. The catcher Chatham had the mask off. He was walking over slowly, but realized pretty quickly that that one was out of play. It's 1-2 on the right-handed hitting Daniel Jackson. 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th. Hyannis up 6-1. Here's the 1-2. Fastball hit right side and foul. 97 miles an hour from Edwards. That's the fastest pitch for Hyannis so far today. And Daniel Jackson made contact with the fastball as it went down and in on him. It's still 1-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball down and away. Chatham gloves it to his right side. And the count runs to 2-2. American flag in center, whipping from left to right. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball cut on and missed, strike 3. Change up low and away. And Daniel Jackson hunched over the back and flipped the arms out. Gives instructions to Jackson Freeman as he walks back to the dugout. 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th. Freeman stands in from the left side. Edwards is already ready to go. Stares in, but now he steps off. He was set by the time Freeman stood in. Now the first pitch. Fastball down and in. Not too far from Freeman at 97, but he stayed put in the lefty box, not afraid. 2 down and nobody on for Freeman. Here's the pitch. Fastball down and in, escapes the glove of Chatham and rolls all the way to the padding. Slams off of it.
The contrast between dugouts right now is stark. Hyannis has 26 people on the top step of the dugout, and they are into every pitch.
Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball hit on the ground, up the middle, gloved at short. Spin move and throw to first. In time, Jake Schaffner with a web gem. On 2 hops, he fielded it on a slide just behind second base, and then spun the shoulders around and fired a bullet to first base for Ray Velasquez to beat Jackson Freeman by a few steps. 3 up, 3 down for the A's. A Larson ground out, a Jackson strikeout, and a Freeman ground out. 2 of them going 6-3 as it's no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody reaching base for the A's. To the top of the 9th we go. Chatham, to win this game, first needs to limit runs before it can score them itself. It's the 2nd inning of J.J. Glasscock straight ahead on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRZ, Cape Cod.
of the 9th on the Cape Cod Baseball Network, in Chatham trails Hyannis 6-1. J.J. Glasscock on for a second inning. He faces the right-handed hitting Jace Dobby. The first pitch, low and away, ball 1. Dobie today 0 for 4. In the process, he's collected 2 strikeouts. Glasscock kicks and deals. Pitches upstairs on a fastball, 2-0 on Dobie. Six to 1, Hyannis leads. The Harbor Hawks only with 3 hits. 2-0. Tails inside on a fastball. 3 balls and no strikes on Dobie. And now he can put on the red light. Glasscock walked a batter back in the 8th. In jeopardy of doing it on 4 pitches to the leadoff man in the 9th. Here's the 3-0. Breaking ball inside. A 4-pitch walk to Jace Dobie to begin the top of the 9th. The command has been a little lackluster today for the A's. 7 walks issued. The good news is it's been 10 strikeouts and only 3 hits allowed. Ryan McKay from the left side. Glasscock's first offering. Breaking ball in the dirt. Aaron Beatty gloves it and slings it back. It's 1-0. Runner on first and nobody gone in the top of the 9th. McKay deals outside. 2-0. It's 6 straight balls to begin the top of the 9th, and Jay Powell, Chatham's pitching coach, makes his way out to the mound to have a conversation with Glasscock. There is nothing less than this staff likes than throwing balls. They say it constantly. If you throw in the zone and you get hit around, you'll still get applauded. But every once in a while, the control wavers. It happened with Cam Johnson earlier when he threw 7 straight balls. Charlie Foster befell the same fate. And now J.J. Glasscock, to start the top of the 9th, has thrown 6 straight. That's where the control has wavered, and that's been the biggest issue. In the inning with the grand slam that really blew this game open, there were only 2 hits for the Harbor Hawks. 2 of those runners that were brought home reached on walks. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball up and in. It's 3-0. 7 straight balls from Glasscock. Nobody up and warming in the Chatham pen. It's his game to take. 3-0. Fastball. Strike called. The very bottom edge, says Joe LaBella. And McKay slowly steps back in. Hyannis 6, Chatham 1. Top 9 and no one gone. Runner on first. 3-1. Hit on the ground. Left side and foul. Bounces up against the netting on Chatham's dugout on the third base side. It's a payoff pitch. Runner takes off. Pitch is high. Ball 4, so no throw down. Dobie will advance regardless. McKay makes his way down to first base. Back-to-back walks. Hazy air at Veterans Field. Waft of cigarette smoke drifts up. Haven't had that before this year. That's a first. First pitch to the right-handed hitter, upstairs. 1-0 to Dayton LaChance. One-0, sprayed foul backwards. 1-1 on LaChance. He has struck out 3 times today, in the 2nd, the 4th, the 5th, and a ground out in the 7th. Some still sticking around at Veterans Field. Third of the lower bowl filled to this point. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball well over the head of Aaron Beatty, and the runners advance. Wild pitch slips out of the hand of Glasscock as he motions that he just lost the grip on the curveball. The air is wet tonight at Veterans Field. It's Doby up to third, McKay on second base, and the A's are starting to let it slip. It's already 6-1 in the top of the ninth. Only 3 hits thus far for Hyannis. 2-1. Fastball hit on the ground left side. Martin fields it into his chest. Only play is to first. He slings over and gets the runner. But Doby scores from third, and it's a 7th run for the Harbor Hawks. 7-1 Hyannis in the top of the ninth.
Third baseman, number 21, Miles Davis.
McKay stayed put on second base. Fielder's choice went 5-3 to retire Dayton LaChance. Miles Davis from the right side. First pitch. It's a fastball that catches the inside edge. 0-1. When you hear Miles Davis, you probably think of the jazz musician. Runner takes off for third. The pitch is swung on and tipped. Leaves the glove of Aaron Beatty, and McKay will have to retreat to second. The A's had a player at the beginning of the year with a similar title, Henry Ford, who was not named after Henry Ford of Ford Motor Company. Just 2 similar names. We could have had Henry Ford against Miles Davis. Here's the 0-2, breaking ball upstairs. 1-2.
Yeah, Tony Bennett, the basketball coach, and Tony Bennett, the musician.
This is true. There are 3 Wes Moores, or Wes Moore. One of them is the governor of Maryland. One of them is the NC State basketball coach. 1-2, chopped foul at the plate and backwards. It's still 1-2. Women's basketball coach, that is. The name doppelganger is an interesting one. Miles Davis makes more sense than Henry Ford. That almost seems intentional, although it's not. Glasscock steps up and flips a throw to second base. No tag applied. Still 1-2 with 1 gone, a runner on second. Here's the pitch from Glasscock. Fastball cut on and missed, strike 3. The heater at 90 above the zone, and Davis waves underneath it. Picks up his 2nd strikeout in relief and makes way for Devin Mitchell, the right fielder who stands in from the right side. It's 7-1 Hyannis. The Harbor Hawks scratched across a run in the top of the inning, rather, still in the top of the inning. Right on right, the first pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. Devin Mitchell slams the bat into his own back. He swung so hard. He's down 0-1. Glasscock and out away from the bottom of the ninth. Runner takes off for third. The pitch is inside. It's a ball, and there is no throw down to get McKay. The A's only worried about the batter Devin Mitchell at the plate. Defensive indifference advances McKay. Here's a 1-1. Fastball high and out of the glove of Aaron Beatty. McKay charges from third. There is no play at the plate, and it is 8-1 Harbor Hawks. Hyannis has put up 8 runs on just 3 hits today. And Chatham right now is struggling. This is a Hyannis team that has lost 5 straight coming into today. 1-8-1 in their last 10. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a foul tip into the mid of Aaron Beatty. It's 2-2.
Assuming the A's can't come back in this one, they will once again fall into 5th place in the East.
Orleans still will just be 1 point ahead with 26 after their loss tonight. Here's a 2-2. Breaking ball inside. Loads the count full with 2 gone, and the base is empty.
It will be at least 12 days since the last time Chatham was at 500, 8-8-3 on July 6th.
The A's have not been over it this year. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. He loses the ball. Aaron Beatty can't find it. It's a wild pitch. And there's no throw down. The ball went in the dirt. And Mitchell is up to first. It was a strike. I certainly thought he would have held up, so it goes down as a drop strike 3. It brings up Matthew Chattel. From the right side, the first pitch. Fastball popped up, shallow right field. Larson comes in. Gallagher goes out towards the line, and he makes the grab right in front of his face for the third out. So Chatham gets out of the inning, but the Harbor Hawks add 2 more on. It's 2 runs on no hits, no errors, and the 1 runner left on base. The A's need 7 to tie and 8 to go home. This will likely be the last licks for Chatham. Trying to avoid staying in 5th place, the A's need a lot. The Harbor Hawk closer makes his way back out for yet another inning. Zach Edwards, the hard-throwing right-hander, will face the A's one last time when we return. Don't go anywhere. It's Chatham A's baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on GRC.
Last licks for the A's. It's the bottom of the 9th on the Cape Cod Baseball Network, and Chatham trails Hyannis 8-1. The left-handed hitting Reed Stallman makes his way into the box. He faces the right-hander Zach Edwards. His first pitch upstairs on a fastball. It's 1-0. 2 more runs came across for Hyannis in the top of the 9th. 1-0. Fastball cut on and missed. It's 1-1. They came on a fielder's choice in a wild pitch. That means there's still only 3 hits for Hyannis in this game, and the Harbor Hawks have put up 8 runs. 1-1, down and away, ball 2. It's Stallman, Roman Martin, and Chase Freilich, the 3 to face Edwards. His 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball outside. 3-1. It's been roller coasters the last few days for Chatham. Today feels down. 3-1, swing and a ground ball. A chopper right side, fielded at first by Velasquez. He flips to the pitcher covering. Edwards beats Stallman to the bag, and it's a 3-1 put out to begin the bottom of the 9th.
Now batting for Chatham, the third baseman from UCLA.
2 more A's remain, Roman Martin and Chase Freilich. The A's only with 4 hits today, 3 errors for Chatham. Has been the biggest bugaboo alongside wild pitches. First pitch. Martin takes a fastball for a strike. Tsubasa Tommy in line for the win if this holds. Here's the 0-1 breaking ball, slap foul right side. 0-2 on Martin. Tommy pitched at Chem in this one. 5 innings pitched, only 2 hits allowed. One of them was the solo shot from Daniel Jackson, so 1 run and it was earned. 1 walk and 6 strikeouts for the righty. That was his final line, pulled after 5. Here's the 0-2. Cut on and miss, strike 3. Martin waves over top of the breaking ball. And the A's are down to their final batter. It's Chase Frelick. Today he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. Chatham's dugout silent on the third base side. First pitch to the lefty, fastball off the plate away. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. Strike 1. Frelick steps out, adjusts his elbow guard, and digs back in. Here's the pitch. Skips in the dirt off the protector of Chatham. 2-1 on Frelick. Night sky is fully dark over Veterans Field. Last batter of the day for the A's if Frelick can't reach. 2-1, hit sharply into the glove of Velasquez at first. He flips to the pitcher, and the ball game is over. The A's allow 8 runs on just 3 Hyannis hits as Chatham falls 8-1 at home under the lights of Veterans Field. Hyannis snaps a 5-game losing streak en route, and the A's stick in dead last in the Cape Cod League's East Division. Jake, we talked the last couple days about these roller coaster games. This one was just fully down. There was only one highlight moment today once the A's lost the lead in the 5th. Really never had the lead, but once the game blew open with 5 runs in the 5th. After that point, the only high was a Daniel Jackson solo shot, and that was it.
Yeah, all 5 of the Hyannis runs in that big inning, the 4th inning, were unearned. That Isaiah Lane error, and then 5 runs unfold after that. Just an ugly, ugly showing from Chatham tonight, and they're back in last.
It's been some frustrating days for Dennis Cook and the A's. But don't go anywhere. This game has a lot to talk about after the performance from the A's, and we will break it all down. The Anglers Extra post-game show is up next. We'll have an on-field interview with Jake Klein. Plus, your highlights presented by Touchstone Closing. All that and more as we break down the game on the other side. More Chatham A's baseball to come back when we return on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on GRC. When the lights go down in the city,
Welcome back on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. It's the Anglers Extra postgame show after Chatham falls to Hyannis 8-1 under the lights at Veterans Field. Jake Klein is standing by field side with an interview. Jake?
Did have a solo home run in today's game. What'd you see in that at bat?
I mean, the guy, wasn't really throwing super hard, so throwing a lot of off speed. So going into the at bat, I was kind of just waiting for some spin over the middle of the plate. If he threw me a fastball early, then whatever, good for him. But just threw me what I was looking for, the slider over the middle of the plate. And tried to just put it. The wind's blowing out that way, so just put it up into the wind and let it go.
You had a couple of hard-hit other balls for outs as well. How did the swing feel today?
Swing felt good. I've been, every day in BP just trying to keep getting better. Swing felt pretty solid today. I wish that, third ball I hit, I wish that got down. And then, the last at bat, that guy was a pretty decent pitcher, so I feel like I put some good swings on it and just chased at the end, but I feel like I would have got him too, but the swing felt good.
You've got the home run contest coming up in just a couple of days at Yarmouth Dennis. What's your home run derby experience?
Home run derby experience is about 0. Never been in a home run derby. At Georgia, we do practice hitting a lot of home runs, so I feel like I will be pretty good at it. But hopefully, I'm hoping on Saturday, I just get into it and my swing feels butter and, find that flow state and just start hitting bombs.
Any strategy to it, you think?
If there is a strategy, I haven't thought of it yet. Kind of just planning on going up there and getting my swings off and letting it eat a little bit and just seeing what happens.
You've got Red Wilson Field in Yarmouth Dennis, only 360 feet to the deepest part of the park. That play into it at all?
I couldn't think of a better field to have a home run derby at. Not only is it short, but the wind is also, I've only ever seen it blow out there. So, I had my first home run there last year, or I guess my only home run last year there, and it was, it was a line drive, probably shouldn't have gone out, but I think it'll be a fun home run derby for everyone who's hitting, just because the Red Wilson Field is what it is.
There's Daniel Jackson after the A's fall to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks at Veterans Field. Daniel, thanks for the time.
Of course, thank you.
Back to Hudson for the rest of the Anglers Extra postgame show.
Thank you very much, Jake. 8-1 that final score. Daniel Jackson has just 2 days to think of that strategy before the home run derby begins. Had a solo shot tonight, so we'll get to that. But first, we have other highlights to get to. These are presented, as always, by Touchstone Closing. Early on, it was the defense which kept the A's in this game. That wouldn't be the theme throughout the entire one, but Isaiah Lane, who's been stellar all year, made yet another miraculous play. It's an 0-2 to McKay. Here it is. Fastball, hit in the air, left side, gloved by Lane. He leaps up and makes the grab, and Veterans Field stands up in applause. That was massive because runners in that spot were at second and third, and this ballgame was still scoreless at that point. So that saved the A's and kept them in the game early on, but it wouldn't be much longer until Hyannis started to tack on runs.
The 3-1, lined up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Davis gets the windmill. The throw in from Freeman is cut off by Stallman. Davis scores standing. Hyannis draws first blood on the RBI single from Owen Prince. 1-0 the Harbor Hawk lead in the top of the fourth.
They say it takes a bloop and a blast, and once Hyannis was up on their bloop, it was only a matter of time with the bases loaded before there would be a blast.
Steps back off the mound and deals. Fastball clubbed deep out to right. Larson sprints back in front of the track. It is out of here. Grand slam. Jake Schaffner spreads his arms as he turns first. His grand slam blows the game wide open. 5-0 Hyannis in the top of the fourth.
And that was as rough as it got for the A's. All 5 runs in that inning were unearned. The first one came in to score, and that batter reached on an error. And then the last all happened with the 2 outs on the grand slam. And because of the error at the beginning, that nullifies all of them because there should have been a third out at that point. So that gets us to the point we are. 5-0 The A's had a very little bit of offense today. Daniel Jackson accounted for it.
Tommy winds again. 2-1 pitch. Fastball drilled deep out to right center field. Prince sprints back in the gap. He looks up. It's onto the hill. Daniel Jackson warms up for the Cape League home run hitting contest with his third long ball of the year. He blasts a 2-1 fastball to the opposite field, and Chatham is on the board. 5-1 Harbor Hawks in the bottom of the fourth.
So Chatham was on the scoreboard. It was 5-1 at that point. The difficulty tonight was not the hits allowed. Chatham only allowed 3 hits to Hyannis. The way of the 8 runs was courtesy of some miscues pitching.
Johnson comes set 2-0. In the dirt, it skips over Aaron Beatty's head to the backstop, and Schaffner jogs home to score. Hyannis extends the lead. It's 6-1 Harbor Hawks in the top of the 7th.
Wild pitch problems would continue again and again, and here's a 1-1. Fastball high and out of the glove of Aaron Beatty. McKay charges from third. There is no play at the plate, and it is 8-1 Harbor Hawks. The wild pitch scored the final run of the game, and the A's, floundering at the plate today, continued to end the ball game. Last batter of the day for the A's if Frelick can't reach. 2-1, hit sharply into the glove of Velasquez at first. He flips to the pitcher, and the ball game is over. The A's allow 8 runs on just 3 Hyannis hits as Chatham falls 8-1 at home under the lights of Veterans Field. Hyannis snaps a 5-game losing streak en route, and the A's stick in dead last in the Cape Cod League's East Division. So 5th place is where Chatham stays after tonight. The loss to with Orleans still does make it 1 point from playoff positioning. You only need to be in those top 4 spots. But the difficulties mounting for the A's as the season goes on. Tomorrow, it's a home matchup with Brewster. Back-to-back home games for the A's as Chatham sticks at home before the All-Star break in just a matter of days. 8-1 the final score here tonight. Hyannis on top of Chatham. For our producer, Beckett Culkins, and for my partner, Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley, saying so long. We hope you enjoyed this presentation tonight, and tune in tomorrow to wherever you get your Chatham A's baseball. 6:40, Anglers Extra pregame show.
Chatham Anglers Baseball 2025 has been brought to you by the Chatham Bars Inn, Chatham Clothing Bar, Touchstone Closing, Mahi Gold, Chatham Paint and Hardware, Sweet Tomatoes Pizza, the Red Nun Bar and Grill, Short and Sweet Ice Cream, Cape Cod 5, and by the Chatham A's.
Chatham A's Baseball, Sports Radio, play-by-play, summertime on Cape Cod.
This has been an exclusive presentation of Chatham A's Baseball on TRZ Team Line.
Chatham on TRZ, Cape